9.5, the weekend edition. My name is Trokon Wrepue, as usual. I'm here on every Friday, ending the week with the conversation. Today at 5 p.m., Deputy Information Minister Daniel Sano will join us. 4:15 to 5 p.m., we talk journalism, we talk media. The president of the Press Union of Liberia walks in here at a time. Between 3:30 and 4:15, group of Liberians who are dissatisfied with what they call land dispute. They will join us to pay, so we'll have them here to talk to them on the matter. It's a whole loaded show. So we do not have the slightest of time to even make analysis on some of the issues unfolding in the country. But this is the conversation. OKFM 99.5. Stay with us. Don't you go anywhere as we go across the continent to hear what's making news in other parts of Africa. Stay with us. That's 29 minutes ago. South Africa expelled Israel's top diplomats in the country for violating what they call diplomatic norms. A move that prompted Israel to kick out a South African envoy in retaliation. Fire for fire. The diplomatic war started when South Africa's foreign affairs ministry declared Ariel Sipman charged the affairs of the Israeli embassy persona non grata and gave him 72 hours to leave the country. Hours later, Israel announced similar action against South Africa's representative in the country, Sean Errol. Relations between the two countries have been frustrated since South Africa accused Israel of genocide against the Palestinians at the International Criminal Court of Justice, the RCJ, a charge Israel has rejected. The head of Sudan's armed forces has given soldiers 7 days to crush the rebellion in the east that is a potential threat to the capital, Juba. Recently, the Sudan's People's Liberation Army in opposition has attacked and captured several areas in Jonglei State. A local journalist told the BBC, though this could not be independently verified, the latest fighting has threatened the capital, Boy, 3 hours drive from Juba. Ugandan police have detained a lawmaker and close ally to opposition leader Bobby Wine for his alleged role in election-related violence last week. The deputy leader of Wine's National Unity Party is accused of organizing attacks on a police station and a vote tallying center after their electoral loss, which the party denies. The police have said that 7 people were killed in the incident, but the politicians has given a different account, saying 10 people were killed at his home as they waited for preliminary or parliamentary election result. We'll go for a break. Right after that, we'll take the fast check report, and then we will be anticipating the arrival for a first set of guests here on the OK Conversation. Stay with us. Don't you go anywhere.
Che. Things are on me, with the emergency. How do I manage again?
Potano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I won't go find somebody to credit me. That I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you, but the only thing you have to pay in 1 month, and the good thing, the interest are just 3%.
For you?
Yeah, just go to any EcoBank branch and you ask for the form to enroll you on their salary advance platform. When they give you the form, you fill it up and you make sure your HR sign it. Then you take that form back to the bank. After you carry it to the bank, they will send you a message to let you know that you're already on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Break added to more money, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the form quick. In less than 1 week, you will receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can even ask you for collateral set.
I go with there right now, no wasting time,
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so, I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank na easy, EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Right opposite the Ministry of Public Works. Gabriel C. Gwe Natural Honey. Taste it and be the judge.
My man, you look kind of worried. What's the problem?
I am seriously looking for a reliable insurance company to insure my car. Also, my brother wants medical and life insurance for him and his family.
Oh, wow. But then your worries are over.
Tell me something, man.
The National Insurance Corporation of Liberia, NACO, the state-owned insurance, is here to solve all your insurance needs. From homes to businesses, NACO Property Insurance gives you peace of mind.
And that's what I need right now.
Go to NICO for your public liability insurance, bond insurance, marine insurance, fire insurance, and many more. Also, when it comes to claim settlement, NICO shows up on time and every time.
Wow, that's great news for me. So where can I find NICO?
NICO is located on the 3rd floor at MP House in Congo Town, opposite Cinco Palace Hotel. Call them now on 0777 964 265. 0770 888 800 or 0777 514 880. You can also inbox NICO Facebook page and they will be ready to get you covered.
Let me call my brother first to give him the good news.
NICO, an insurance partner you can trust.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Thank you. Welcome back. Right after that break, let's take these announcements very quickly. This notice is to inform customers who have outstanding water and sewer bills of US $50 and above that the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation (LWSC) will announce or commence a mass disconnection exercise in the coming days. Affected customers are strongly advised to settle their arrears promptly to avoid service disconnection and the inconvenience and embarrassment that may result. The WFC remains committed to providing reliable water and sewer services and counts on the cooperation of all customers to meet their payment obligation. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. The management of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation signed this announcement. Well, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation is pleased to announce the successful replacement of damaged sewer pipes on Benson Street, Central Monrovia. Customers in the area with valid registration will now be reconnected as our technical sales and marketing teams visit the community in the coming days. Property owners on Benson Street and nearby areas who are not yet connected to the sewer network are encouraged to visit our Front Street office from Monday to Friday 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. to complete their registration. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation remains committed to providing reliable services and appreciates the cooperation and support of our customers. The management of the LWSC signed. Well, let's go we take our first set of guests very shortly, but let's go over to the Ministry of Transport. We understand they are doing some decommissioning of the old plate on the vehicle. We hope to talk to the public relations person there. I think it's Shadra Brown. Shadra should be on the line. Shadra, good afternoon. Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Trokon, and let me say good afternoon to your audience. And it's my pleasure joining you on the OK Conversation, the Friday edition.
Have I heard or did I hear that you are doing some decommissioning of old plates from vehicles? What is it? Give us some information.
Okay, so the Ministry of Transport with this week decommission the old plates. So decommission meaning I will be taking the old plates, lesson plates out of the Liberian market and launching in a new plates. As per our policy in the law, that after every 5 years, the Ministry of Transport should decommission the old plates and come in with a new design of plates. So it's from that backdraft we are about to implement the law. So there will be new plates on the Liberian market for commercial vehicles, private, NGOs, diplomatic vehicles, our diplomatic missions in Monrovia as well. So the Ministry of Transport will this week be decommissioning the old plates and bringing in new plates.
How long would that take you?
So, it's about our usual system. Okay. We are decommissioning the old plates, meaning that we have brought in country
new plates,
okay. New designs, not just new plates, but new designs. Right. So, like for the private vehicles, you usually use orange plates. Mm-hmm. So the new design is like an arc, orange arc above the plates, okay. And below it is going to be like a white. For the commercial vehicles like taxi, you have your yellow plate the same, but on top of the arc will be like a blue arc, like with the series. But the series design is still going to remain black. So with that, the Ministry of Transport thought it was to inform the public. We are starting our media engagement very soon, our social media handouts. I will talk about Instagram, we talk about YouTube, we talk about Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and we will also engage the traditional media like we have started today, OKFM, ERBC programs, Kia. You talk about the rest of the radio stations, we contact bloggers like Sean, like carry the blockers, and you name the rest of the other social media handouts that we are going to contact
Okay.
the commissioner in those places.
Good. So what is going to happen? People are going to buy them, or you're going to give them out because people already bought the place. They got a new.
So for those who have already paid for their plates and those that have paid for their plates already, we are going to issue them the new plates.
Free.
But those who have, no, not free. You have already paid for it.
That's what I'm saying now. Meaning when they come in for the plate now, they're not going to pay anything again because they've already paid.
They are going to
Yeah, that's the
receive their
understanding
new
I
plates.
wanted them to get.
So those who have already gotten their old plates, meaning the orange or the yellow plates, as per the expiration date, after that plate has expired, definitely that plate is no longer going to be accepted as per our inspection policy.
Okay.
So right after the time you have registered that plate, once it's expired, we are not going to accept it. So you have to put in for a renewal, and once you are renewing your plates, definitely you are going to get a new setup.
What is required? Are people just going to walk to the Ministry of Transport and say, "I'm here for my plate. I've paid for it and I want a new
for
one"?
example, Trokon Wrepue has already paid for his plate. Once you have paid for your plate, automatically it goes through the process, the legitimate process. Your plate is ready. You come and pick up your new plate.
Okay. All right. Shadra, thank you. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much, Trokon, and it's my pleasure.
Shadra Brown is the Director of Communications there at the Ministry of Transport. He says they've brought in country new sets of plates for different categories of vehicles for the government owned, with the diplomatic missions around the country, across our city here, near our city, if you want to say the diplomatic way, or those who are running commercial vehicle. You who have paid for your plates already and they've not expired, you just need to go there and get a new plate. Those of you who have not paid yet, who do not have a plate, and you want to acquire one, you have to go through the proper channel to get your plate. So today is supposed to be the confirmation hearing of Colina Crow, Wonkele Crow. I hope I'm calling the name good. Due to some other reasons, best known to the committee at the Senate, they postponed it, and a new date has not been set. So if they've done so, we've not been communicated to, or I've not heard that. But quite clearly, it has been postponed. And the Capitol grounds generated a very huge crowd. People chanting battle cries as you walked in, and most especially Unity Party supporters. But that is it for that. We will be expecting our first set of guests to come in very quickly. Like I told you, it's a jam-packed edition of the conversation, and today, 5 p.m., we will talk some politics. Deputy Minister Daniel Sano will join us at 5 p.m. Deputy Information Minister for Press and Public Affairs will join us at 5 p.m. on today. We'll put the government's achievement as named by the president on the spotlight during the State of the Nation address, and then we'll talk about other issues. 4 p.m. we'll go. This is 4:15 p.m. we'll go media. We'll talk about journalism. The President of Liberia has said it is reawakening the Media Council. That Media Council will be responsible to monitor ethics and look at people like me and others and say, Trokon, your conduct on the radio brought journalism to public disrepute. They were unethical, you transgressed, or you erred, so we are going to punish you. So that media commission will be set up, and that commission or the council will be responsible to monitor us. So those of you who are going to be asking who's watching the watchdog, we have another dog who is going to be watching us, literally. They'll be watching us and make sure that all of the conducts on radio, people who are doing print, both print and the electronics, and new media on Facebook, follow ethical principles of journalism so that people start bringing our noble, cherished, loved profession on immense public disrepute at all times. Sometimes we get embarrassed by some of the contents out there. Sometimes we get embarrassed, with how people are practicing the profession. So it is fair enough how some are practicing. So it is fair enough for that media commission to be set up by the Press Union of Liberia. And it is also fair enough for people to be monitored. Yeah, it's also fair enough for people to be monitored and be responsible for whatever comments or whatever kind of media work they do. If it is unethical, I know they will call you up. There will always be bad apples in every profession. Our is no exception. So if we are in the business of chastising and calling up other people, it is just fair enough for a media commission to be set up to also investigate journalists who are on radio, who are going to transgress ethically, journalists who are going to be on radio. Your conduct will be monitored. So that is quite good enough. So the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, is in Accra, Ghana. He's in Accra, Ghana. What has the President gone for? We'll talk about it very quickly. Our guests are already here. So President Boakai is currently in Accra. Yes, he's in Accra. He's in Ghana. The president is there, and he is participating in a high-level consultative conference in Accra, Ghana. I saw President Julius Wrepue and other head of states from across the continent, from across the sub-region. They've gathered, and we hope they achieve something. But it is good. We're here, and our first set of guests are already here. We'll go over to them to introduce themselves very quickly. We'll start the discussion. I know there are some very burning issues for which they are here, so that we have a conversation on some of those issues. Let's start with you, sir. So the other microphone over there, the microphone can move. You? Yeah, it can move. So let's start with you. Good afternoon, welcome. Just call your name and where you're from.
Good afternoon. My name is Charles M. Toh. I'm from Corwell. I live Corwell.
Okay, good. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Ralph Benchooks. I live on Freeway Japanese Drive.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Let's start with you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mistress Olivia Lucinda Feke St. Jobs.
Okay.
From Wrepue, Sawmill Community.
All right.
My name is Chuck Joshua Benedict. I live Freeport, Japanese Drive.
Great. Let's start with you again. What are you all here for? Give us a basics.
Yeah, okay, so we are here in contesting of our property on the Japan Freeway. Yeah. My father owned a land on the Japan Freeway right by the Semenco. He used to call the place former Morning Tile Factory. And Mr. Chooks and his family leased our properties from all, and they built a store there. Some part of last year, Ali Kefe and his team went and broke that place down illegally without any document.
Who's the person name you call?
Ali Kefe.
Who is he?
He's a Lebanese man who owned a store there, right adjacent the property.
Okay.
Yeah. And he went and broke that property down through Victor Buyo, who is a police officer, and he has a whole cartel. The less of Victor Buyo and Aduda Kamara, who work at Lead Authority, claiming to be Dukle, and the former immigration boss, what's his name? John Smart. These are people working with him to take people's property by force. As we speak, we are in court, but we are still being terrorized. My family is being terrorized day by day. They are being beaten on, and even carried to the police station by the same Victor Buyo man, who got evidence of photos, videos, everything here.
Okay, let's talk to you, sir. What's the case? Is it similar to this?
It's similar.
Yeah.
It's
Let's hear
similar.
you.
Yes. I leased the property from his father.
Oh, you lease a property
Yes,
from his
I leased
father.
the property from his father.
Okay.
In the year 2002.
Okay.
Okay, so the property had been in existence till last year, February 10th, 2024,
Okay.
when Mr. Ali Kefe, a Lebanese national, demolished the shop.
The stove.
We demolished the store, okay, and put us out of business. And we've been in court for the demolition of the property since last year to date. Nothing have been heard concerning the case.
Which court are you in?
We are in civil law court
The
A.
civil law court.
Yes.
Okay. It's up Capitol Hill.
Yes.
Okay.
We've been there several times.
Who's the judge?
The
there?
judge is
Judge
Judge William Smith.
Okay, Judge Smith.
Judge
Okay.
William
He was
Smith.
changed?
Yes,
You
has
got to
been changed.
reassign them.
Yes, have been
after a record.
yes.
Okay. Do you all share seminar? Can we hear you? Who is this? How did he get the authority to demolish the property? Were they court sheriff? Did they bring any document to you all to say yes, we've come from SYC authority that gave us, the mandate to come and demolish this property? Did you get any?
There is no citation from courts, no authorization. There is nothing like that. First and foremost, he started with other people
In the same vicinity.
in the same vicinity. He destroyed their place, claiming that the Supreme Court has given him a ruling over the entire place. That
Did
the
you see
place,
that? Did you see that, Rudy?
that ruling is not something they can, present to anyone. But that had been their claim. They said that the Supreme Court gave them a ruling, and based on that ruling, they destroyed everywhere. Without citation, they never presented any citation or authorization from the Code of Law.
Okay, let's hear from the only female here, Olivia. How did you get into all this? What's your own side of what is happening?
It all started, I can say this year is going to 14 years because Ali Kefi started with me.
With you?
I bought the land in the name of my son, Joshua Benedict Chooks.
Oh, he's your son.
A Liberian born here,
Okay.
my son. Because I have two different land over there. I have one, I used to call it a small warehouse. And this is the one I'm in now. You can see the photo here.
Yeah.
This is the warehouse under the 2-story building. So, everything was demolished. Even the 2-story building were affected. The step leading, you can see the building here. The step leading up were broken down. And they placed the step by the side of the building. By the side of the building. I have been going through hell. But I thank God I still have life. I am walking crippled today. All because of Ali Kefi and a gang.
What did he do to you?
The truck, there is a truck there that hit me.
Really?
December 18. And since then, I've been going through it.
What happened? Did they run into you?
I went to get water because I don't have water. Even though we call water and so people to put water in our place in this 2-story building October last year. There is a guy they call Fanny Security. They always telling us they will kill us, they will mock us, nothing will come out of it. It's Ali Kefi that is ruling the country, nothing will come out of it to get care there nowhere. Whenever we go to talk, they call Victor Buya, he dragged us to Wrepue Depot, they jail us. My daughter was even jail, I have the video, the photo of it. Even with this incident, when they carried me, the video here to show, I couldn't walk. I was lying down at the police station outside. They were lifting me. The people have to say, no, she need to go to hospital first. When we went, I couldn't claim. So I went, they took me to one clinic at Jamaica Road. It's where I've been taking the treatment.
I just want to know, how did you get involved with the accident? Then we can talk to
The truck?
To Raf, yeah.
I went for water. While coming, the truck too were coming.
Please put your phone on silent, please.
The truck off your phone, please. The truck were coming. That is how this guy, that the police will say tape, because my statement is at the police station, Wrepue Depot, at the back of me. So immediately I took my phone and I started to taking photo. Because when they do something, they run from the scene. So I started to take a photo from there for me to change to video. While my hair bent down, he opened the door, he grabbed my hair tie. My hair was loose because he was doing the Christmas, coming to Christmas period, the 18th of December, as I said. Pull my hair with the hair tie, drag my hair down between his leg. So I was like struggling to.
Was that in 2025?
Yes, last year, December
it's recent.
2025.
It's recent.
December 18.
Okay.
So I was struggling now to move my head. Then, I don't know, he cut my back, my wedding ring, almost 30 years of marriage got missing. I have $150 US because I said rest my back. It got missing, and $5,000 for X, it got missing that day.
Did you take the complaint to the police?
Yes, I took the complaint. In fact, I couldn't walk after the incident. The police came from Wrepue Depot, and they just wrote something and it was done.
Okay.
So it was the next day. They have to call Central. Police came. That is how they grabbed the security that said he will kill us, Fanny, and mark us. They grab him, they carry him to Wrepue Depot, they jail him, Theater Booyah King, and free him. So from there, when they sent for the CFA, the driver was near CFA on the run. Anytime he behind at the back of my house, there was a church land that they broke down 2016. There where Ali Kefi and his people, they can be there doing all sorts of things.
Do you remember the CFR?
Yes, I know his video is here.
Okay.
The picture is here. This is it. And this is the truck.
Okay, that's good. Let's talk to you, Ralph. I mean, she's a mother. She talked about a property she have in your name. That property, just take the microphone. That property was being demolished. What's really going on?
What really happened, like my dad said, the property was demolished. February 24th of February.
10th of February
10th
2024.
of February 2024. That property was demolished. There was a store in front. It's a 2-story building. So in the process of demolishing the property,
This is the store.
Yeah.
in the process of demolishing the property, the 2-story building also got affected. There was a step protruding in front, which he broke the step. And this property being demolished, there was no court order, there was no citation. He just came and demolished the property illegally. He didn't stop there. Right after the demolition, he put in zinc.
So he saw.
Yes,
he
he fenced the entire place.
While you
claiming
were
that
still there?
yes, that he owns the place. The-
Yeah, I'm coming back to
Why
you.
we
all.
stood-
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead.
Why we stood there, he fenced the entire place. After that, then we went to this man several times. Why would he do a thing like this? He said we can't do him nothing. He's always of that constant habit of every time we go to him, being authoritative, saying that there is nothing we can do about it.
He has a cartel now.
He has a cartel. So we've been assaulted, we've been insulted several times. We go to court, the case was not heard. Just as I said, the former judge that was there, Judge
Yeah,
Williams.
sometimes the chief justice
Yeah,
reassign
yes.
and so on and so forth. But let me come back to the property owner. How did he acquire this entire property? Do you have legitimate deeds? I mean, to claim to
yeah. and register in Ireland.
Let's hear how the property was acquired.
It was acquired by my late father. He bought it from the Boyman Gray family, and we have all legitimate
The
documents.
family still alive, the Boyman Gray?
Yeah, some of the parents are deceived, but the children are still alive.
And they know
And
about-
sometimes they go to court with us. Yeah.
Okay.
And on the demolition end aspect, our lawyers still insist that the court order that they use to demolish the property, he just want to see a carpet, he will take a bed. That means the case over. But up to now, we have been to court more than 10 times. They have never showed that document that gave them that authority. In fact, there was no sheriff. We only saw a video where police can go invade people's property to damage
No
it.
sheriff? You didn't see anybody?
I didn't see
sheriff?
sheriff. There were
Okay.
only a police officer, 2 police pickup filled with police. And you dare you could go around them because they were all armed. In fact, it is not only we alone. There's a mosque and school in that same vicinity. They broke part of that property down. That case is in court. In fact, they ruled in favor of the mosque, and they took appeal to the Supreme Court.
Is the property, I mean, a front view property?
It's a front view property.
Yes.
It's a front view property.
property.
And this Adi Kefe man, he has a cartel. We are not the only people that he have been terrorizing. All the people died because of that, because there were a whole lot of structure there. All the people got frustrated. Some of them died, some of them sick up to now.
Where are we with the court? With the court battle? I don't want to talk detail about what is happening to the court because it's not good to do on radio, especially when the case is there. But where are we now? I mean, what portion?
So for us, our case is still upstairs, And for the mosque, the United Mosque and school, the court already ruled in favor of them. But they took
really?
appeal. Yeah, they ruled in favor of them.
Then the
At
other
the
people
lower
took
court, and
appeal.
then they took appeal to the higher court. So
The lower court rule against them or in favor of them.
they rule in favor of the United Mosque, and we then share the same story. It's the same facility, the property in the same facility.
Okay. Was there any point in time you've gone to court where you are present? He's represented by his lawyer. Have you ever been to court?
Yes, several times we've been to court, and our lawyer, Aku Bitare, Councillor Sire, he has an office on Random Street. He's representing us.
So what did the judge say before the case?
He said the last time the file was bucket, and so
he couldn't do anything.
He couldn't do anything about it. The file is
so
bucket.
What became of the case?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah. So even quite recently, some part of last week, my uncle Ben was arrested by the scene IDK and taken to West Point Court. How can a case be in the Supreme Court and then you bring sheriff for the same property and then you go and arrest people to carry them to a lower court? I'm telling you, it just happened last week. Last week, right?
Not on the 16th.
On the 16th. While the case is still at the Supreme Court, waiting for ruling or whatsoever, they went and arrested them again, took them to West Point Magistrate Court.
Okay. Mr. Chuck, you want to say something?
Yes, that's what happened on the 16th of this month. Yes, it happened that day that...
I think I should explain.
Okay, please.
Yeah,
please, please.
Please go ahead.
Since they broke my stove, going to 2 years, because next month February 10 will make it 2 years. It all happened in my absence. I was bereaved. My mother, sister, daughter passed on in redemption. We have to go on that burial. When that thing happened, my husband said, then I will live in Douala. I will live in Douala in a renting house. Yes. Okay. And I have tenants in that building. So I was, after the burial, I fell sick. So I started hearing these rumors that they broke your stove and you are here. So I waited, and what am I hearing? Because my husband, he couldn't break that news to me. So it took him time. He said, this is what happened. He went to work that morning, which was February 10, 2024. He met gang of police, National Police, Liberia National Police, led by Victor Buya, with tear gas, live arm, with a machine, led by this is some of the machine here. They both those, so one is still on ground. So it's at the back of the boss, which is Mr. Mamu. Open the video. Breaking the stove. Everything I lost. The thing that I worked for over the years, I lost. I have gone down to nothing. Looking at my children as a Liberian woman. John Smart, all of them after that camera calling me Nigerian woman. It's they use the ironic way.
She's a Nigerian.
So I even have a video there when I first came.
Yeah, go ahead.
When I first came, you can see it. But it wasn't the same. That man have nearly killed I and my son on 4 occasions with this machine and another this one.
Is he also working for the
Adikefi? He drives this machine. You can see the second one, he nearly killed me with this one. He in the machine. I took the picture on my phone and we printed it. This one is very rude. Anytime he doing it, when I come out, he tell me, say, I should get out.
Don't say some of the things he can say.
I will not insult. Because I'm a woman of God.
Calm down, yeah.
My husband is a pastor, I'm a pastor wife.
Amen.
On the part of why he can be insulting. Take me anywhere. Nothing. Your country don't have government. So I can ask you, is this Lebanon? Can you do this in Lebanon? I think if you rule the country, you people can't care us nowhere. That's what we learned today. They have crippled me. I'm leaping.
Have your lawyer contacted the court again to ask the judge as to what? Because I know there's new judge, like you said, George Smith. I mean, was reassigned to another court, and then new judge took over. Have you gone back to them? Have a lawyer gone back to seek reassignment for the case?
Yeah,
we have been following the case. They don't want to call my case. The last time I was in court, Judge Smith, me I let to demonstrate.
Sit down, your forehead.
I'm not standing. George Wade Smith took too far at this. I don't know which is which. He said this far is Bucky and this far is Bucky. That we should give him time to go through the case far. After waiting for that morning, in fact, I went there fasting. I did not eat anything. I waited. They went through other people's case. Normally, when we go to the court, his lawyer, the Lebanese male lawyer, the Lebanese male Ali Kefi will come. John Smart will come. After that camera that claimed to be Duke, show his video, show his picture. He don't come. The lawyer, his lawyer, the Lebanese male lawyer, will take time before he come. When he come, you will see him at the back of the place where the Sherry and the clerk of court at the table. They will be there smiling and laughing and think. This is what we are going through.
Okay, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, so to add on, I myself was beaten brutally by Ali Kefi.
Bring that video.
Show it to the camera.
The video when you were bleeding.
I was beaten that day, drag, and we went to Freeport.
June 10, right?
We went to Freeport Depot.
They drag us there.
And one councillor called Councillor Brown King. He said he wanted for us to have a conference. And since that day, up to now, yeah. So we just need justice because we have gone all over and nobody can hear all crying. So I think we need. This is why we came to OKFN. To further our problem, so that the Liberian people can hear. There are other people who in that facility, some of them died because of that demolished.
So women are willows.
Some people are willow. Some people they lost everything. Yeah. But I sure if you have time for people to call you, people will call and give their few.
Did you take all your land deeds and all of the property, everything to the court? Is it with the court right now?
Yes, everything. They have a copy through our lawyer, Councillor Sire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, it seems to be.
And quite recently again, they came to inside of a survey. They wanted to do a survey in the property.
The
that
paper is here to speak for it.
So say, but you already broke portion of the property down. So why you never did a survey and now you want to do survey? They said investigative survey. When we went to a law authority, they put out order that survey.
You can take.
We could not find them. Yeah.
This is
so
the other people from Wrepue. They arrest I am a Osmo.
He has a cartel that he's working with that doing whole lot of illegal things in this country. And that one can't to stop. Everywhere you go, you talk about Ali Kefi. If you go to Ministry of Justice,
is he a resident of the community? Does he live there?
He don't live there, but he got a complaint there, and he forcibly took property from people in Bailey on there. He don't live there. He lives in Sinko.
This is the place. Okay. This is my building with the ties. Yeah, this is his place name. You can see my place in face. He uses a parking lot.
Wow, let's interact with the public, especially people around our vicinity. You can call us on our numbers and let's talk to you. 034599595 and 0777700-995. Those are the numbers. 4 individuals are here. According to them, they are currently in court with a man named Kibbe, a Lebanese national, who has allegedly been terrorizing them. They are before the court. The case cannot be heard. Let's talk to some Liberians. If you have experience, if you've met with him before, if you're in that vicinity, you can call us. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yes. How you coming on, brother? Thank you for the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is calling from San Jose.
Yeah, let's hear you.
The permanent issue are getting them, but let me be just say. The only can go to Ali, they say they can start to even carry to the last said that they will not even get positive result. Let me be just to you.
Why do you think so?
Because I know that Senegal guy good, very good. That guy get out there, he gets small information for property. Okay, you go find people that teach money that property and they just talking more.
Do you know he are doing such attitude always?
I know it personally. He got often been around between the 70 and 50 street, 70 80 street area. I know it personally.
Okay.
You have a cancer, you have a cancer, you can work for fire soon, you contract for fire soon. All that good. You can come and say in a minute. So you go to
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you put some life in your voice.
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Mohammed Connor. I come from Cinco.
Yeah, Mohammed.
Yeah, so the issue is the best way forward is just see how better anything will be successful. Bro, Eric Kefe is a very good person of the nation. He provides a lot of job opportunities.
He's a good person. How people are talking about how they lost in property allegedly. You say he's a good person.
Losing property, the best can hold out investment in the country. I mean, millions of dollars next
So should he come to you and just take your property away? Is that what you're saying?
Eric Kefe is not taking nobody property. The way people explain that to you.
Do you live where they live? Wait now. I gotta ask you. But if you don't even know where they live, how do you talk the thing you're talking about, man?
They want to talking about in Wrepue there. I know they pay. They want to talk about in Wrepue. But Eric Kefe is not a bad person. It's a nice person. About first to say yeah, we're really funny thing about Eric Kefe.
Oh, let's show you there. Talk to somebody else. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm okay. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
I ain't nothing to say without people, right? But I want to live a privilege. My name is Terry Sequence. I think you know me. Most of the time I be down on T Street. Or you need a party president. But let me be bold of you. You see that Veta Buya guy? You want to support the government. He working in the office of the police director. I've been living across. I grow up Cemento. I grow up Puerto community. One of my house chaplain way back. All right, across there, most of the people there, they allow the government to use Veta Buya to something for them. Most of the lonely men. I'm telling you something. Veta Buya is working for some of the lonely men. When they get situation, we just call Veta put him in the line. He's my simple. You know, you're looking at Depo, one guy called Alfred Russell in dying on the former command looking at Depo. When there's a situation in lonely people, Veta Buya will kill all of Alfred Russell, poor people together. They go and passing. Get to kill the point, Jay. And I go at them when restaurant situation happy. The restaurant situation happy. Veta Buya will be the one that will go and intercept it. I'm telling you, Veta Buya is the one of the bad guy. When Greta come and try to keep Veta Buya around here, they will stop our government. You know what will sue. Veta Buya want bad men in the police.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I know you are well on mind to the public. You don't stack our daughter.
Let's hold you right there. Talk to somebody else. Hello.
Good evening. How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. Let's hear you, please.
You got me?
I am hearing you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. Are you getting me?
Thank you. Check because you don't hear get call. So this part of us say never mind to close the studio because I see their pain. You know, this is my period. My sister, that people that working over there, they think they into you are there. That people there in society, they know they come on Sunday class, so they will stay with your kids.
What kind of society do you know?
So the only thing I can tell you people is for you to find your own battle. Listen, if God no not tell to you, unless you people tell to yourself, when I'm over there, you put men together, they must beat the hell out of him.
No, stop. No, we cannot allow you to use that language on the radio, please. Yeah, we're sorry for that. Hello?
Yeah, Trokon.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Agustin Vanny calling from Summit Community.
Agustin?
Yeah. You know, the issue my sister, everything. I mean, when I feel so personal, I did give it put on a lot of people for that access. It is true. I did give it, the national put on that woman that down there. Even she get my number, I told her for the video on that issue. And that la, the entire show me said, they attacked it down there. They play with Lepi. He saw me. They attacked the period. So Lebanese went down there to see what I do. And that lie, it is true. I did give
how are they coming to take over the places without any court warrant or something of such? You know, how are they coming to take over a place without court warrant and the whole community allow them to be doing such?
No, do you know that they say that every person that can have a friend? That's what they said.
So he Joseph Boga friend too?
You can do anything. So we out there and say that I was a friend. Joseph Boga say what he said that a friend. He didn't want to modify the president. So it's like they're using that in front to say everybody.
Oh, he didn't want to modify the president house?
Yeah, he modified the president, the current president. So that's power in man.
Okay, let's take 2 or 3 more calls, then we can allow them say a few words. Hello.
Hello, Trokon.
Yeah.
My name is Dago Joe. We really not getting the flag, man. I'm a family, no. Okay, I get the call up. They
then you got your country people suffering. Your country people crying for aliens. And people are there, your own country people are there also helping that man to harm the country people. Actually, that kind of thing be happening. Only our own law in the country here. Why would you be suffering for our own law in this country like this? Or no foreigners should be enjoying our laws? No, got something here, somebody can't want to take the thing from us. They just take it any kind of way they see there. Nobody there to back us. See police were all doing no kind of thing to us. I mean, there's rescue team must try to rescue people.
Okay, thank you. The very last person. Hello.
Yeah, Chico, how are you?
I'm fine. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to remain anonymous.
Oh, my man, you can't be anonymous, yo. Thank you.
Okay,
You know anonymous thing. You go ahead. Call your name.
I'm Jackson M. West speaking. I'm driving on your frequency.
Now, real name, calling her, you won't be anonymous.
Check it. I'm driving on your frequency. Adikepe is the importer of the Ibida bottle, and he also the importer of the clean tax soap in Liberia.
Really?
And the clean tax in Liberia and that the Ibida bottle. And we got a law that forbids a non-legal descent to buy a property in Liberia. So I don't know whether that law is still existing because they are saying that he bought the property. If he leaves, they will start on the board. I don't know whether the law have been conformed to.
But if even you want to lease a property, according to them, he's going there terrorizing people allegedly.
Okay,
he wouldn't do that.
That is not good. So we need to first establish that whether he bought a property or he leased it. Apparently, it is that all Liberian brother and sister that is equal with them. They are pushing if he because he got the money. So the Liberian men will go and acquire a property like for them, money for KP. Then they push the women in front of the women giving them money. So let's do that investigation.
Okay, let's go back to them. What is it you are deciding to do now? Are you still waiting for the court? Are you speaking to your lawyer? Or?
Before I talk. For me, I want justice. I want justice according to my president, my vice president, according on the Sunday protein. Because why I say the Sunday protein and the Kanka Lawrence, whenever I go to talk with, I ride those machines to suppress my bidding, or almost killing me with the machine. Like I said earlier, they say when I go talk, both the Lamadi guy they call same. Some of them they will say, "Don't even go to your president; he will not answer you." I will say, "Are you kidding yourself? Because you can't kill me. I have a certain president." So the meaning on the name that they always call is they send a protem at a Kanka Lawrence.
What they can call her name?
They can call her name Boston with A, followed by Darius Dayton. John Smart, the former immigration boss, 30 Manson. And I only told you because on the bedding, I have a word of God, lamentation. You can see it here on the bedding, lamentation 3:35 to 37. So when John Smart said he don't want anything happen, my son, as other people die, I told him look up. I said, you 30 my son, he look up, he claims the word of God, he couldn't look up again. I say, if anything happen to my son, you will pay. If you've been killing other people, you will not kill my son. I committed no crime to buy this land from the great family. Ali Kefi is listed for the Ducle, which acting like Amara is claiming to be Ducle. If you're saying the land is for the Ducle family are in the States, some of them are here. They should be the one fighting me. It's not Ali Kefi that is a total foreigner. Now I can ask them, are you people, can you people do this in level? No? Then they want to call same can be causing my honor part. Woman on a part.
Yeah, don't
that, I will not say it because I cannot say
don't
it.
be too graphic that I have
Yeah.
please.
Our life is at risk. You can see the bomb. 2014 joining war petrol bomb.
Who
They
sent it?
fire it from Ali Kefi fence to that building. This is the patient. Freeport Depot, my husband carried a complaint. The police only asked to and they took the patient and the patient are passing around with. This is it. That's why I asked John Smart. When John Smart said that thing for my son, 37 I said, oh, you want to throw another bomb? Apart from John Smart, they have a man. Where is this ball? That man saw come and open the video. A man they called Mohammed T. Soiree. His knee is start up Mohammed T. Soiree. They were in the EPS man for the match. That one can come with the gun and beat 30 off. He had beat on me. They wanted to play left.
The EPS man?
EPS man. I've carried his complaint to the marshal. EPS man. Have even carried on the jail my daughter. The jail, they pay the video, the patient is here to prove on my phone. I saw it on my phone, they checked my bag. Last year, September, I was seriously sick. Coming for check, they checked my bag. You were coming to see video and pump video.
Time now in
Yeah.
our favor.
Yeah. Let's hear her, then we can come to the rest of you. She just joining us. Just introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Catherine Ifoma Chooks. I'm the daughter of the complainant. And what I have to say is, particularly, I want to hit particularly on Victor Boya, Ali Kefi, and Smite, because one thing about me is, I'm not going to use allegedly. I'm going to go straight because that's the fact. I hate when other people lie. I hate it so much. First things first, I had a conversation with Ali personally alongside with Smite. That was in 2024. I had that conversation with them in Ali's office on that fateful day. And we had a lengthy conversation. They were like talking about drafting an MOU and stuff like that because he unlawfully demolished, quote unquote, unlawfully.
It was after the demolition
of my father's store.
That's why they were. That's when they were having
that conversation. Exactly. He unlawfully demolished my father's store without any court backing, no citation from court, no document to prove ownership. He demolished my father's store, and he was talking about compensation for the store. So, okay, trying to settle the matter outside court, we were like, okay, fine, let's see if we can work with that. But when I sat in the office that day, they were saying all kind of things. Ali Kefi brought to me a paper that looked like a ruling, but I cannot say if it's a ruling because it doesn't look legit to me, because I've seen ruling documents. That doesn't look legit to me. So John Smith also was saying some sort of things, but I was actually not in the mood for that conversation because I came there specifically for us to conclude on compensation for what he did, for his act. Fast forward, after that whole scenario, John Smith also made a statement. He said something like, oh, poor man can win court case in Liberia.
He was telling you that?
John Smith said, I have it on recording. I kid you not. I have it on recording. John Smith said that poor man can win court case in Liberia. In John Smith's word, that's what he said to me. Aside that as well, I don't want to go to... Let me come straight to Victor Boya because of time. Victor Boya is... I don't know if that guy deserves to be in the police. I do not know. And I do not know why everyone has something negative to say about him, including me. This is someone I never knew him from nowhere before. I've never offended this guy before. But there was a day I got a truckload of red dirt to dump in my store that my dad gave to me. And because of that, Ali, after fencing the property, illegally, because there's no court backing for that. After fencing the property, and I called for a truckload of red dirt, they apprehended me. They said I committed a crime. And I was like, okay. We went to the station to talk about the issue. When I got there, they took our statements and all that stuff. So after taking our statement, they were like, okay, they're going to hold me in jail. And I was like, but what for? Is it a bailable crime? So one of the officers there was like, oh, madam, sign for your daughter so she can go. Then the other person, Ali sent message saying that the only way they can free me is if I should go and remove that red dirt from there, that he can lend his...
Did you see the message? He sent it to you or the
Not
police?
to me, like words, because I heard them saying it. That, that he will use his yellow machine to take the sand off the property. Then I was like, that's not making any sense to me. I refuse to be, put in that kind of situation. That's not making any sense to me. So they said, okay, fine, they're going to hold me. Then even after that, coming to the bill, the former commander for Wrepue, I don't know if they've changed him. The former commander said that my dad should call Ali to appeal to Ali for them to release me. Like, to what extent? All because Victor Boya gave that command. Like, to what extent? I carried the complaint to Central Police Station. We sat at a table to talk about it, and Victor Boya denied. He denied. Oh no, I don't know. I was like, I was like, anyways, because I'm someone that I'm a bold person. If
Fast forward, what are you thinking now? What else?
what I'm saying is,
We got
to
limited
me,
time now,
Victor Bayer doesn't deserve to be in the police. No, it's a hell no. Because for him to be that kind of person, to portray that kind of character, to portray that kind of habit, he does not deserve to be in the police force.
Okay, let's hear you and then him. We close up.
Yeah, so to add to what she just said, they even went to Mr. Chu and his family, telling that they are already compensated me with $25,000, so he should not waste his time. He should only think about the property because I already received money for my property.
You did? You received money? Or
Not at all. Not a single cent.
all right.
Yeah. So Mr. Chu was telling them it's not true because the person you're talking about in question, I know him very well. So he did not receive money, and up to now, none of them can stand in front of me and say that I received a dime. I still challenge them. So all we need is justice. I think you listen to so many callers. Adikepe has a cartel. And wherever you went, you talk about Adikepe, just say, oh, we'll see what we can do. So that cartel needs to be break down because we are not the only people that are affected. Despite my property is gone, but he's still going after other people. And that need to come to stop. We need justice.
Okay, sure. Let's hear you. Then we can just close up. You got something else to say?
Yes. So what I want to say is that this is the year 2012.
Okay.
Okay, when the story building was under construction, he used some people from public work to get the building demolished.
Oh, but then he was here. He was in country.
He was here then.
Okay.
That was when the building was in the,
in the stage of.
In the stage of. So he used some people to demolish the building, but as God will have it, the then Minister of Justice, Madam Christiane Attal, and her deputy, Honorable Benedict Sano, and my late godfather in this country of the blessed memory, Honorable Jean Davis, they were the people that put a halt to that illegal, move he wanted to make that very day. Okay. Now, the building, as you can see behind it, there is a demarcation. There is a wall.
Almost like a fence.
Yes, a fence, This, as you can see.
It's me that own that picture.
She's the one, all right? The church was on this lane. He did all he knew to do to get the church people out of the lane.
He also broke down the church?
He broke down the church.
Pastor George.
The
Baptist church.
The Baptist church.
I have they are coming.
Okay.
I'm looking for
so
that.
There is this as you can see. So I'm saying this to you because what we do experience on daily basis is his machine. He uses it to suppress the building. And that place is a swampy lane.
This is the church people are hosted. Take it. Are hosted after he broke the church.
When he succeeded in breaking the church in the year 2016, the church had nowhere to be. That's how we hosted them.
Can I talk to the mic, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how we hosted them in our building.
Show the picture to them.
That is how we hosted them in our building. They were in this building for 2 good years.
Okay.
All right? So we are saying this to to the public to see how they can, intervene and help us. Because we need justice. We want justice to prevail over this
in the last
matter.
just 2 more minutes,
Yes.
when you and your lawyers getting back to the court, you need to go back and ask for reassignment.
Yes, we have been waiting for that, but the lawyer hasn't yet come up with a date. So we are hoping to hear from him whenever, they have changed a judge.
Okay.
It's a new judge that is on seat now. So perhaps our case have not been, assigned. Once it's time for that, we'll be there.
Okay.
So to conclude,
yeah, just
we have had so many interviews with other media outlets. So we think, okay, it's a bigger platform. So other people are going there to ask that side of the story, and they deny other journalists from entering into that compound. So we would like to appeal to you to send some of your colleagues on the field to go and intervene, to go and ask what is unfolding there. So you can get that side of the story.
Leave us with
okay. I know I trust okay for that.
Talk about the video, please.
Yeah. We already out of time.
Okay.
The video, we have some video of them driving those machines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you people?
No, we can't put that on our pitch except we authenticated. But thank you for coming. We will also do our best to follow up on that. This is the conversation. We'll take a break. Up next will be the president of the Press Union of Liberia. We will talk media issues. Right after that, Deputy Information Minister Dana Sano will join me at 5 p.m. on today. Stay with us.
Things are on me with the emergency. How do I manage again?
Potano, why are you sitting here just talking by yourself?
Julie, I need money quick. I want to go find somebody to credit me. Then I will pay them as soon as I get paid with the more in.
EcoBank can credit you on the platform. Then you can use the *326# and request for 50% of your salary. Instantly, you will receive it.
Wow, just like that? Pray edit to more money, Judy. I'm going to the bank to pick up the phone quick.
Yo, go get the phone quick. In less than 1 week, you will receive the money. And what I like about it, and they can't even ask you for collateral set.
I go in there right now, no wasting time, oh.
I'm not saying you must not go there right now. You must make sure you pay the bank money back.
Hey, Judy, that you talking so, I will pay back quick so I can credit again. EcoBank not easy, oh. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
For the sweetest, purest, and most natural honey in Liberia? Then look no further than Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey, produced right in the heart of Neighbor County. No chemicals, no additives, just real natural honey straight from the hive to your table. It's the taste of nature. Once you try it, you will never go back. Want to start your own honey farm and see results in less than 6 months? Then contact Gabriel C. Gwen today. Call 0776 596 623 or 0886 596 623. Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey can be found on Link Street in Omesha, right opposite the Ministry of Public Works. Gabriel C. Gwen Natural Honey. Taste it and be the judge.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Hello, Paul.
Hi, Nangbe.
My man, you look kind of worried. What's the problem?
I am seriously looking for a reliable insurance company to insure my car. Also, my brother wants medical and life insurance for him and his family.
Oh, wow. But then your worries are over.
Tell me something, man.
The National Insurance Corporation of Liberia, NACO, the state-owned insurance, is here to solve all your insurance needs. From homes to businesses, NACO Property Insurance gives you peace of mind.
And that's what I need right now.
Go to NICO for your public liability insurance, bond insurance, marine insurance, fire insurance, and many more. Also, when it comes to claim settlement, NICO shows up on time and every time.
Wow, that's great news for me. So where can I find NICO?
NICO is located on the 3rd floor at MP House in Congo Town, opposite Cinco Palace Hotel. Call them now on 0777 964 265. 0770 888 800 or 0777 514 880. You can also inbox NICO Facebook page and they will be ready to get you covered.
Let me call my brother first to give him the good news.
NICO, an insurance partner you can trust.
Thank you. Welcome back to the conversation on OKFM 99.5. We've now been joined by Mr. Julius Kanba. Kanba is the president of the Press Union of Liberia. Since his ascendancy, he has been put in place, or his leadership has been put in place, some measures to deal with the issues confronting the journalism community in Liberia. Quite recently, a day or two ago, there was this statement about the reformation or reactivation of the Media Council that will help regulate the conduct of journalists like Trokon, who sit on the radio. And, you know, it's a whole big and hectic work that we do. But Mr. Kanaba is here. We will talk journalism and talk about some of the undertakings of his leadership. Mr. Kanaba, welcome. Thanks for joining us on today. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to form part of your important platform at this particular time. It's good to be here. And thanks to all of you at OKFM, the management and staff for the work you continue to do. As I was coming, I listened to one of your guests saying OKFM has got the biggest platform.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but thanks for the work that you do.
Yeah, since we moved from Clay Street to 9th Street, how's the new office? How's the environment?
Well, the new office is good. The environment is also comfortable, so to speak. Because, like we said, the facility at Clay Street was good at the time the union went there in about 23 years ago. Yes, so the whole environment has changed. So we needed to change the environment just to ensure we are at a place that is more representative of the contemporary media landscape or the architectural design of the city.
Great. Fast forward, Mr. President, I mean, a lot of time we don't have. One of what your administration talk about is giving the president his own home. Yesterday, the president of Liberia broke grounds for a justice complex.
Oh, so you want the president of the president to break ground?
That will host. I'm coming to a point, right? That will host the justice system out of its auxiliaries. And I was reminded, oh yes, we too have to break grounds for our own place so that the president, like the Ministry of Justice, cannot be moving here and there. I'm reminded every time I see you and have conversation with you, because that was one of the things you kept telling us, that under my administration, we will lay the first bricks for the headquarters of the Press Union of Liberia, and we'll have a permanent home. Where are we, Mr. President?
Where we are at, still the initial stages of the construction project of our national headquarters, to be known as the Staton Peabody Media House. Last year, when we moved to our new location on Wano Avenue, Nam Street, while many people saw this as an upgrade to the union, there were concerns about the issue of our own headquarters, because like you rightly said, we cannot be from place to place funding in a new home. And so yes, the PUL secured through purchase of land on 14th Street, the Cheeseman Avenue, since 1997. So our leadership, we took upon that as an initiative that yes, collectively we can be able to construct our own headquarters. In November of 2025, we had planned to have what we refer to as a fundraiser, right? A fund draft for the construction of the union. But we were strongly advised and based on best practices to have an architectural design of the project before going forward.
Yeah, that's why you present when you want.
Because we did not have the architectural design. We did not have what is referred to as the bill of quantity or the cost estimate of what we had envisioned to be the new headquarters of the PUL. So we had to push forward the issue of the fundraiser. Notwithstanding, we've been receiving different forms of support, either in cash or in kind. There is a bank account that has been opened at the United Bank of Africa, UBA. Yes, so all donations we've received from people in society, including those within the media sector of our country, those donations, they've been translated or they've been placed in the bank account as physical cash, right? So we'll provide updates at the necessary time about how much we've been able to collect.
The signatories of the account.
The signatories are the leadership of the PUL represented by the presidency, the head of, the project committee represented by the chairperson of that committee, Madam Estelle Liberty, and the accountant of the PUL. So those are the three signatories. And we place, some sort of a trust within ourselves that we cannot withdraw any money from that particular account, right? I should be honest.
So there is an embargo on the account now?
No, not necessarily. It's an internal agreement, right? There were some spendings, for example, towards certain things that the project committee will have to refund the press union as an institution. For example, you were referring now to, that particular project work. So I will show you. I hope I won't be able to show it to the audience. I will show you. This is the design. You see
You
this?
just turn the
No.
Oh, you don't want to show the public?
Not for now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay.
Yeah, not for now. But the design is there. We also, we did plan A and plan B. The first, because this land, right, is a prime asset to the press union, prime destination within Liberia. The Cinco belt, the Cinco terrain. So based on pieces of advice, we intend to construct a five-story complex, a five-story building in phases, right? So our administration, if we are lucky, with God's blessing, the support of the public, the support of the government, people in civil society, and people from all walks of life, if we are lucky, we can set the groundwork. Meaning, the grain float, for example, is one.
The next floor.
Yeah, the next floor, and maybe 2 floors.
You got 2
upstairs.
plus ground floor.
Yeah, plus grain floor. That's our thinking for now. The grain floor alone will be groundbreaking.
Yeah.
Seriously. So the costs have been attached to each of those
layer
phases. Yes.
Phases, yeah.
So the grain floor, for instance, because it is the foundation,
Yeah.
you need a solid in the foundation. You need to do soil testing, for example. We've already got all of the costs, right? So as we speak, since the 16th of December 2025, we've been reaching out to people through letters, seeking their support. And we should be honest, some people have called. They've expressed interest in giving the union support.
Okay.
We are planning, for example, that in March 2026, meaning after next month, because February is next over next week.
Yeah.
We will be beginning the process of the construction with a groundbreaking ceremony.
That's wonderful.
We are seeking different sort of audiences with people in society, from the private sector, from the government, from the media. I mean, from anywhere. There was some sort of a saying. I know Jesus Christ or God should not hear this. That even when the devil calls us to some corner, we can go and meet the devil. But we need clean money. I mean, that is obviously clear. Yeah, any money associated with troubles or noise, sometimes we will shout.
That to me is progress, and I must thank the union's president and the leadership.
Thanks to the union itself. I mean, the membership, the project committee has been working. There are different.
Blessing, they got to start paying their dues.
Yes, it's one of the aspects. We've been thinking of because. For instance, when we talk over, and this is something that some of the past leaders, they don't want to admit to, right? We met a debt of around $30,000, right? Where we were previously, we had some obligations, rent. Internationally, we met a debt of around 8,000 euros, which is equivalent, around $10,000. Wow. Right. So we've been able to reach a stipulation with our international body, for instance, the International Federation of Journalists. Trokon, once you are a journalist registered with the Press Union of Liberia, you pay a due of €1.48. I should not say $1. €1.48 could be equivalent to $2. You've traveled extensively. I know recently you were in the States. So, for example, but you have to pass through Europe.
You got to tell that one, yeah?
No, I'm just telling you that the dues, the fees that you pay to the PUL, the PUL also uses such fees to pay its international obligations. The staff who are working with the union, just before coming on air, one of the staff and the members were asking me, our January stuff. So we've not even, the month has not even ended yet, but the month is ending, I think, today or tomorrow. So the dues that you pay, the registration that you do, it goes towards some of these costs, administrative costs of the union. Yeah. So we are thinking, because the membership, especially the electoral membership, is very big.
It's sour. Yeah.
It can be very big during elections. Yeah. So we are working. The membership registration should be closing on the 30th or 31st of September, so to speak. I don't know how many days September we have this year. But I'm sure 31 days, right?
Yeah.
So if it has 31 days, it closes on tomorrow. So the executive committee, January. Yes. So the executive committee of the union will meet next week to see how we can proceed. Do we proceed with the review of all those who have applied for membership, and then what happens to those who have not registered? What do? Publish their names are not in good standing. Delinquent members. So if you not register, you may most likely be published that you are a delinquent member of the union.
Oh, really?
And that you are in bad standing.
You're published many people.
Yeah, including you. When you say plenty people, you want to
say that on radio.
No, we have to do it. We have to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just kidding. I don't know who has registered or who has not, because there's a process in place. You obtain your membership registration form for $1,000 Liberian, which almost everyone can afford, and then you register $10. Once your application is granted, before you get the RD, right, your accreditation, professional accreditation, you will have to pay a half a year due. So we estimated, if you are a full member of the union, you have voting rights, $5 per month.
Okay.
So per year is $60. We say pay half. Right.
If I want to pay everything at once.
Oh, Trokon, if you want to pay everything right now, I can call the finance
officer. Not now. I'm just asking.
Yes, you can pay everything.
Today, Friday, you can pay everything.
Yeah, I know, right? Yes, but you can clear yourself anytime with the union, because there's a period per the constitution. But the executive committee is the second highest decision-making body. So next week, we'll convene an executive committee meeting to see the registration process, whether it should be extended or not. because we need to provide information to our international partners. For example, the International Federation of Journalists, and then they too need to tax the membership that they will see. So we want to remove the press union from this sort of electoral-based organization. On the elections time, we embark on registration or professional accreditation. You know, when we're launching or relaunching the National Media Council, the Deputy Minister for Information, for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Information, Danny Sando, he struck an important point that there's a need for the PUL, the ministry, to formulate a policy direction in terms of the professional accreditation of media institutions, the professional accreditation of journalists in the country. Because OKFM can come to operate as an institution without even getting time for the PUL, right? They can operate, but the day they fall in trouble,
then the press union
that's the time
shooting.
They go to the press union. And we've had many instances, right? Journalists who are practicing can also do the same. So we need to formulate some sort of a balancing act to ensure that we have every journalist to be accounted for in Liberia by the PUL. And the lawyer who spoke at the occasion, the chairman of the Grievance and Ethics Committee of the Supreme Court, of the Supreme Court, Councillor Cyril June, he also struck an important point that, yes, the press union is an association-based organization. You can regulate your members, right? But it is critical to know that people who are not your members, right, sometimes you have to be brave not to defend these members. Again, from a press and the perspective, the likes of Peter Kokwe, who also serve on the panel, they will take a wider approach. Now, whether Trokon is a member or he's not a member, as long as it comes to free speech and expression, the rights of a journalist, the press union will have to stand as a bulwark organization.
Great. Time has been fast spent. You are talking about the Media Council, the National Media Council. It's something all of us have been craving for. To be frank, I mean, journalists don't really talk their things outside, but the media is really been polluted. Anybody can be journalist at any time. Anybody can do anything. Anybody can open talk show platform and sit on the radio. Until now, there are people who are not journalists who've taken over the airways. They are saying all sorts of things and doing all sorts of things. Now that the Media Commission or the Media Council is being fully activated, what do we expect, Mr. President, instead of ethics and how it deals with people who transgress ethically?
Well, the council, before that proceed, came out of two prior institutional architectures of the union, right? We had, by the Constitution, the Grievance and Ethics Committee. It was one of the powerful committees of the PUL, but in most instances, the membership, we had journalists on the membership. That committee was transformed into the Media Complaints Committee, bringing together different actors, right, from civil society also. And then later, in 2016, at the Banga Congress, it was agreed to transform the Media Complaints Committee into the National Media Council. So the council is not a new phenomenon like we stated in our speech at the occasion. It is just about the reactivation. But between 2016, 2017, up to 2022, the existing council, there were a lot of challenges. Even when we took the issue of ethical leadership within the union, the existing council could not handle our case. So we had to rethink about how to go in about the issue of the National Media Council. Because presently, to hold the presidency or the leadership of the PUL accountable, that can only be done, for instance, by the membership. The membership cannot convene until the membership has got 2 tests.
Yeah.
Right? And a challenge, it can be very difficult for Trokon, Wrepue, or Morris and Hulati to convene 2 tests of the President membership to take action or actions against the sitting leadership. It can be difficult. So we must ensure that this council, right, has got some teeth to bite with respect to the issue of the leadership of the PUL, either through the executive committee, because the executive committee, per our constitution, is the second highest decision-making body, right? So this council is unique because it has got representation from different institutions within the country outside of the media.
What are some
For
of those?
example,
Yeah.
we have what we call the civil society, the religious community, academia, right, and the government of Liberia, along with the media community.
They're all represented.
Yes, they are all represented. We reactivated this council with the inclusion of the Office of the Ombudsman. First, the legislature was considered as the representation of the government on the council. I mean, there were reasons behind the inclusion of the legislature rather than the executive or the judicial branch, right? So our thinking is the government is guarded by an ethical body now.
Mhm.
That is the Office of the Ombudsman.
Yeah, sure.
And the Media Council is an ethical body. So
As
it
well.
would be good to have a representation from the Ombudsman. Many people have welcomed that particular rethinking. Secondly, you have people from one person from the Liberia Council of Churches. You have one person from the National Muslim Council of Liberia, one person from the National Civil Society Council of Liberia. We also have one person from the Women NGOs Secretariat, right, representing women's groups within our country, because women are a special population group. Despite the fact that they are a civil society movement, they have representation at the National Civil Society Council, but women issues, we have to also be taken into consideration.
Very deliberately.
Yes, deliberately. So with this sort of a configuration, the academia, we are yet to get the nomination. We are working to ensure that we get the nomination just today. Yes, the academia representation who should have done the nomination has got some issues. We'll handle it, us out of the mic. But with this sort of a configuration, then we have three persons representing the media community. That is why Mr. Aaron Colley, who is now the chairman of the council, is from the media community, of veteran journalists, or media operator also, somebody who has stayed in the media for a long period of time. You also have Madam Toron Solante Brown, who is a well-known female journalist and one of the best within the country when it comes to ethics. And then we also have in mind Tom Winston Mumble, former Secretary General of the PUL, who worked for the VOA. He has been in the UN system and he has returned home. Yes, so with that, we have those people on the council.
That's a crack team.
Yes, it's a crack team. And we are intending that, we have this sort of a confidence that with the participation of those individuals and institutions, we can be able to ensure that, one, cases or complaints brought against journalists or brought by journalists in relation to their conduct or in relation to their work will be arbitrated by this particular council. The council is an alternative dispute mechanism, but it is also a mechanism with some quasi-judicial power, because it can impose sanction or penalty per the constitution of the PUL, right? The constitution of the PUL is derived from the constitution of Liberia, as was emphasized, right? So if, for instance, Trokon is brought before the council, like the lawyer Cyril Jones and Councillor Cyril Jones emphasized, the council must take several steps to a full Trokon due process, right? Evidence must be presented. You must hear before you condemn, right? And the council should ensure a comprehensive investigation process. The council must be impartial. And we believe that the people who are on the council can be able to do their work, voice of both internal and external influences. That is why we're very deliberate that, yes, we can be able to reactivate this particular council to help. Because, like you said, in fact, I should be very admissive. As soon as we took over the PUL, October 2024, complaints started to arrive. Right? People have been going to that union that they want their cases to be heard. But I or the leadership cannot do certain things, right? We can call a hearing to rule in the matter. If there's an appeal, where do you go? Right? So the council or the union is structured in a way that this council is the only responsible body on certain issues, bordering on ethics.
How would the existence of that council, Mr. President, help to uplift our cherished profession? I was talking about tons of media institutions opening, owned by politicians. They put people on radio, tell them what they want to hear. Even now as we speak, there are people saying abusive languages on radio.
That's true. That's true. And just today, I think were to appear before the legislature, especially on the issue of personal income tax. We've been invited by the House Committee on Good Governance to speak about a proposal by Representative Anthony Williams about the issue of personal income taxation to either push the bracket or the threshold. Because presently, people who are making 70,000 Liberian dollars annually, right? If you divide that money by the current rate, which is $31 per month, they don't pay taxes. But then Representative Williams has got an idea. I think he wants to push it to $500, for example. You should not be able to pay taxes below $500. That is his proposal. But before going there, we were speaking at this sort of media managers seminar being convened by the Department of Communication and Media Studies at the University of Liberia. And while there, we did emphasize, a lot of emphasis were made by different speakers about the issue of how media contents are being produced in Liberia, whether they can contribute to a better management of the media or whether they can drive away audiences, right? I mean, it is problematic in terms of the political economy of the media, the media ownership, our business interests. One of the presenters or facilitators, Jefferson Massa, was asking, for example, how do you balance the issue of media editorial integrity and the issue of sound business management, right? OKFM is an economic institution, a business entity, right? In as much you want to report in the public interest. But what happens, for instance, if a bank or a water producing company reaches or deal with you to do advertisement, and you have an investigative story relating to this water entity, and I mean you find out that the quality of water is poor. But yet
it's difficult.
Yeah, but yet you have 100,000 $100,000 contract per annual. Will you want to lose the $1,000 contract in the public interest to report the story, or will you want to bury the story and receive the money to pay your staff? So he was, trying to navigate those sort of questions. But the point here is that the council will help to restore trust in the media, elevate journalistic practices, and reinforce ethical compliance, right? The council will be proactive, right? As I speak with you, some documentations will have to be submitted to the council. We've been working to ensure that, yes, the council is reactivated. And by next week, perhaps when we shall have had our orientation with the council, because we have an inception meeting, it led to the relaunch. And then we'll proceed now with the cases before the council. Then one critical issue that we have to handle, which of course is a responsibility that is very huge. Some people are daring us that it is very challenging, is to engage in robust media monitoring, right? We have to be deliberate.
And you have the tech component of media now, new media.
Yes, select certain media institutions in Liberia, both problematic in our assumption and both good or in between. Monitor their shows, their major programs,
their
right?
contents.
Some of their major program contents. For example, OKFM, we could choose to either go on the OK afternoon conversation, or we go on your Money Rush or your news program, right? We dedicate a period. It could be 3 months, and we monitor, do analysis,
follow it,
and yes, present a report. We compare yours with other media entities and see where are we progressing or regressing as a media. And then we can have some internal conversations with the management of these entities, right, to see how we can produce and amplify more quality contents.
Okay.
And in some instances, such a monitoring will lead to the production of periodic reports so that the public can know that OKFM has got shows.
And the reports will be made public.
Yes, public. I mean, we'll do a pilot test, right, which we are developing the framework, right, to ensure, yes, that our contents are in keeping with ethical standards, right? Whether your radio station is politically owned or owned by business interests or owned by journalistic, background pressing, you have to follow ethics, right? And there was one thing emphasized by the minister, Daniel Sano again, that the president will have to exercise that governance, self-regulation over the media. Because Peter Kokoe's argument, has always been that we should not have a situation where we have excessive control of the media in terms of regulation through statute that is in the past or enacted by the government. In the past, President Boka, in his State of the Republic address, mentioned that he intends, to repeal laws relating to the People's Redemption Council, those PRC decrees, right? So the Ministry of Information is a product of the PRC decree, in as much the ministry has been decoupled in terms of the cultural affairs, tourism, right? But it is still operating under that PRC level decree. ERBC, the Liberia Broadcasting System, it is still operating. So that authority to register journalists, right, accredited professional journalists in the country, was given through the PRC decree to the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism.
LTA all
But
involved.
through sustained advocacy, sustained level of professionalism within the media, sustained level of work by the press union across time and space, the ministry said to the press union, we give you that responsibility through a memorandum of understanding.
When did you sign that memorandum?
Well, I think during the other period. Yeah, but
it's been long.
Yeah,
It's been really long.
The Charles Coffee era.
But
it was
we've really
renewed.
been able to exercise that power given us.
Yes, because freedom of speech is embedded within the Constitution.
But
right?
ethics come in too.
Yes,
Mr.
that
President.
responsibility. No, and this is what Councillor Cyril Jones was emphasizing. There is no society that exists without constraining arrangements. By constraining arrangements, the issue of responsibility as struck in the Constitution. If you have freedom of speech, there are limitations.
Yeah, sure.
Right? Freedom of speech can enable you to do A, B, C. But it can
Can't cross
also
certain lines.
enable you. It can stop you not to cross certain lines, right? So yes, it is that mechanism that is the press union in Liberia now that will have to take up that role, right? And all of us, we have to say it again, because there's a saying in Liberia that all of us would like to be free to do anything we want to do. But when we fall in trouble, where is our fallback position? We look for the low-hanging fruits to hang on, right? So that is why, since we took over, when a journalist is involved in any situation with anyone, you file a complaint to the PUL, or if it is of significant public interest, the union will constitute some specialized committee to look into the matter, right? And we did it in the case of journalists in the Franklin Dolokwi, in the Ministry or the Minister of Information. We've done it in different cases, even within the Judicial Reporters Association,
I saw
the
the
Reporters
findings.
Association. And sometimes I'm being, good, other regular or wrongly accused of other siding with one side. But
That will
for
always
us, for us,
that will always be.
we will have to set up an independent panel.
Yeah.
The panel does its work. We all review the work, and the work becomes a representative work of the journalism and media community of the union.
Mr. President, before we take a few calls, we're already out of time. You struck a very good point about the media economy.
Yeah.
How poor and bad it is. We talk about ethics now. Where are we with this issue with the collective bargaining for journalists?
Yes, the collective bargaining.
People are paying people any money they want to pay them.
Yes, it's true, right? And this issue of the personal income tax, right? I was asking the media managers or gatekeepers who converge at the university campus this morning and this afternoon for the seminar, right? This issue of increasing the wage of journalists, not taxing journalists who are making far below the minimum wage. So yes, we did not get everyone's perspective. But the collective bargaining agreement is one arrangement that the press union has not been able to fully complete in terms of reaching different agreements. Per our constitution, the union is there to advocate for the welfare of journalists, to reach agreements, right, with these media employers. So the welfare committee has been working first to conduct a welfare survey, right? Because you want to do an evidence-based advocacy, right? It's not like we don't know how much OKFM is paying, right? I could take a telephone, for example, and ask you. But we take a telephone and ask the more than 1,000 journalists. Yeah. So we want to do a representative survey. We've been in contact with the Labour Ministry to do it jointly. With some level of support, and then we all can launch the reports, and then we select the approaches that we use now to collectively bargain. But also you as an employee or as a contractor or as a laborer at these media entities, you have to be open with us.
Of course.
Because sometimes there can be fears, right? Oh, the press union coming to investigate. What happens if they say, okay, FM is not paying, keeping with the labor law? Then okay.
But then paying.
Yeah, yes. No.
I'm just saying if.
Yeah, then you say, oh, but what happens, if OKFM says, okay, say we're not paying, keeping with the union law, the press union has exposed or you're going to sit down home. Then you start to worry about your job. But we don't want anyone to fear, right? To improve your life, to improve your welfare, you have to take deliberate steps. Because OKFM does not exist without you, right? So it is sort of a mutual relationship that we have. Yes, so the union, we will. And one thing we've been working on, which of course we need to complete as the committee has been getting on our backs, is the issue of our strategic plan. Because today's workshop was on strategic media management, and when you see some of the presentations, it was mostly about having the sort of a strategic direction, right? So, as part of the strategic plan, the issue of the collective bargaining agreement is embedded, right? When we took over, we took time to stabilize the leadership. You know where we came from, right? So, certain reforms, you have to do a gradualist approach towards implementing those sort of reforms. But things are getting good, and we are very thankful to the membership, the society, for the level of support they've been able to give the union. Okay.
Quickly, just in a minute, you can respond to this one. 2 vacancies at the union, within the leadership. What are you doing?
The executive committee is convening next week, right? We've already announced that those vacancies that were announced by the intern committee, a report was submitted to the judge. Those vacancies will be filled through an election process. That we are very uncompromising about that particular issue. So we are intending to have the mini congress in March of this year. So when the executive committee meets, the leadership will report to the executive committee, and some policy actions will be taken. So perhaps at the mini congress in March, yes, we can be able to fill those vacancies.
Julius Kanaba is the president of the Journalists Union of Liberia, known as the Press Union of Liberia. We've been talking about media issues. Let's talk to a few Liberians. What do you think of some of the points discussed? Yeah, my man. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Congratulations to the Press Union president. My name is Terry Sequin, cover Ralph Yahweh.
Okay.
All right. I just want to ask the president a question, please. I want for the question to be answered. It is President that supervision over former president. We are radio station Kiss FM.
Okay. You asked the question already. Hello?
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me say good evening to the president of Liberia, Mr. Julius Kanaba. My name is Prince Small Kwatima, and I join us from the Gandhi Intellectual Center, FDA District 4.
Okay.
Well, I started listening to the president as he rumbled through your question. For me, my big disappointment with the media or the president of Liberia is that there haven't been a whole lot of regulation being put on the media. Because, as I said, there are some guys who use the media to spear falsehood and disinformation, claiming to be political analysts who never went through the ranks and stuff of journalism. And I think it is bad.
Okay.
That alone send a bad signal to the media landscape. And secondly, I think the issue of wages need to be addressed by the president because...
Thank you. We'll hold you there. We don't have much time. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Welcome. 30 seconds.
Okay, my name is Daniel City and I call you from District 10. So thanks to your guest. I think in my mind that there's a policy for journalists, right? Journalists should have, their ethical behavior, watched by the PUL because not everyone that will come and prefers to be a journalist, and then people are given license to some journalists are not balanced at all. I think a journalist should be a balanced person that will come on air, to educate and do other things. But there are people who have the lesson and they are not journalists.
Okay. Thank you. The president, anyway, hasn't been able to give lessons yet. But let's talk to this person. Hello.
Good evening, Trokon. Let me say good evening to my dynamic black president, as I usually call him, Julius Conora.
Have you had a white president in the union before?
My black president.
Mr.
President, let me say good evening. My name is Shadrach Destiny Brown, and I call you from my residence. Mr. President, let me say thank you so much for the reformation within the Press Union of Liberia. And I urge my colleagues, communication directors, reporters, journalists in general to comply with the reform process at the...
Got to start paying your dues. You get P position now.
I have paid my dues.
We will check.
Yes.
We will check. The president said yes, but we'll counter check. Thank you, Shadrach. Let's take more persons. Journalists, you want to participate? You can call my number directly. Hello? I don't want to read the number out there. I'm in trouble. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon to the media guard and to your police.
The press, your president. Don't call you a media guy, man.
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry for the mistake.
I'm the president here. Don't try it.
Good afternoon, honorable president. The man who leading the charge at the PUL. Well, Patu Command. They are called for under the canopy or European Bureau a civil harassing text. They are listening to the president. Actually, he sounds very articulate or very vociferous. So we need people that deal in our society, mostly in our governance setting, that will run after corruption. Because it is corruption and major our bureau institution that retarded the progress of this country. By and large, a bureau institution. But I have a little concern.
What is it? Be fast now so others can go through.
The concern has to do with the funding I received through Manaseli from the former Burkina Faso president, Blaise Compaoré, for the construction of the PUL headquarters. I'm told the PUL received $100,000 United States dollars for the construction of a headquarters. Up to this time, that we are not seeing any black, petty black laying in the ground.
Okay, the president will talk about that. Let's talk to my big brother, Jacob B. Then we take the last person. Jacob B., welcome.
Trokon, it's my pleasure, man. Happy New Year to you, my brother.
Many happy returns. Thank you.
Since last year, I've not seen you.
You'll see me shortly, don't worry.
Trokon, I commend you for hosting Mr. President this afternoon, and I'd like to commend him for the work he continued to do in the interest of our union. But I personally like to appeal to him. From what I've heard, it seems as though those of us who are not updated, tomorrow is the deadline. So I'm appealing if they go into their media executive meeting, let them have some consideration.
Jacob B will put your knee also on the people letting.
About giving my knee not to go on, that's what I say I'm not. Which I really would love to. So let them give them a little extension again, and then let's promote that extension, because believe me, we can't keep extending. I know the rush of always come will go into elections and all of that. Let's curtail that. Let people be responsible journalists in our country by living up to this kind of little expectation of us. Let's do that. Thank you again.
Thank you. Deputy Minister Dana San is already here. We'll take the very last person. The president would use about 2 or 3 minutes, then we can retire him. Hello?
Yeah. Good evening, Trokon.
Yes, sir. 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Good evening to the president, Julia Kaniva. It is cool with them cover, and I joined this conversation from District 3. Well, let me appreciate Kaniva, but I think I have not really seen much of changes on his leadership as president. Reason being, look, the Bureau of Media, they continue to be intolerant. Let's be clear. These are people people that will checkmate all sections of the society, but they hate to be checkmated. As soon as you try it, they frame it as attack on the media. And most of them, even most of them on their Facebook pages, when they post something and you go on it to disagree, they block you. And these are people that will cry on the government, and the government will give them the press freedom to attack government officials and all of the time.
So we can say that girl freedom to attack people, man.
No, but it's not accept it. Yeah, you can say on a platform you're talking about other people. You think when you talk about other people, they can be happy. They can be fair.
Yeah, that's true. But I think a lot of us are open to criticism as well. We're on this platform, people have called here to criticize us.
No, for you, Trokon, I can give it up to you, Clarence. Yes, only one man tonight play for me. I agree with that intolerant.
Judah respond to you Monday.
No, Julius is very
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Judah, I hope Judah listening. Yeah, love you. Mr. President, let's hear you very quickly. Maybe just a couple of minutes, so we have the 30
Well, thank you
minutes
to all of the callers. Your points are all well grounded. And just before I respond, I just received a text by the former Vice President of the Press Union, Michael Joseph, to say that the MOU giving the Press Union of Liberia that responsibility of doing the registration, a professional accreditation for journalists was signed in the 1990s during the presidency of Ibrahim Masale. In fact, I was doing the administration.
I wasn't even born yet.
You're not born in the 90s?
No, you said 1990.
Yeah, in the 90s.
Exactly 1990 or in the 90s?
In the 90s.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So I can pick a year there.
In fact, it was during the administration of Ibrahim Masale, the land deed that we have, that the President secured that land on 14th Street in 1997. So thanks to Michael for this particular point. But over time, I should say the MOU has been renewed, right? But yes, that's the beginning of the MOU.
Okay.
So to the first column, yes, the Press Union has called supervision. But this supervision, there are different degrees, right, in terms of ensuring that Kings FM complies with ethical standards, right? So yes, to the second column, yes, we agree that there has not been a lot of regulation on the media. Well, the issue of freedom of expression, freedom of speech, we will have to proceed cautiously in a more balanced manner. So I agree with you about professionalism rather than spewing the falsehood. The issue of wages, yes, like I mentioned, is a problematic issue within the media community, and we will take that issue up. The issue by Daniel about policy for journalists in terms of the ethical code, yes, there is already an ethical code. But on the question of licensing of journalists, like you rightly said, that cannot be done. This is environment of freedom of speech and freedom of expression and free press, right? So journalists cannot necessarily be licensed, right? But the issue of professional accreditation is a form also of licensing, but the extent of or the scope can be different. To our colleague, Shadrach Brown. Shadrach was one of the first persons, I should say, who went to the union to regularize his status. And we say thanks to him. He paid his dues. I should be able to confirm because
that's good. Congratulations on the beginning.
I was in the office. He wanted to, in fact, give me the money. I told him, no, I'm not allowed to receive your money, right? To the point about Bakroman, yes, we say thanks. The issue of the 100,000. Well, that conversation has been on since 2008. Okay. But there's no money that exists in any bank that we were able to see. And we know the money does not exist. But yes, was it given by former President Salif? Yes. Were bricks laid to some extent, but the building has not been able to come up, right? We've gone to that foundation. We changed the architecture because Sinko is a city of progress infrastructurally. So we need something that will represent us. And we also need to have a sustainable revenue approach, because if you have a fast-story building, you can rent some out, use some for different purposes to generate money. We intend to have a very big hall, a theater-like hall, for rental purposes. JKB, you are right. We as a leadership did not do well with the issue of publicity on the membership registration process. But, I mean, if it were elections here, everyone
would be asking
that. So yes, I mean, so that's the other side of the coin. But yes, the executive committee who meet. William, well, the media in Liberia is tolerant, right? I won't say the media is intolerant because the different forms of reporting. Can you say some journalists are intolerant? Yeah. Yes. You mean
Instead
you,
of just
Williams?
being-
William can be intolerant on certain issues.
Oh, yeah, he
intolerant on
must
certain
now,
issues.
yeah.
Yes, but his point is correct, right? That as journalists, we must always promote tolerance within society.
Okay.
And no matter how much we disagree, we have to move on with such a disagreement, but not to be intolerant.
Mr. President, thank you and thanks for coming.
Yeah, our pleasure. And we say thanks again. We will meet, the executive committee will meet next week, and some policy actions will be announced. So we'd like to say thanks to all of you. Please keep doing your work professionally. And from time to time, we'll provide the different updates.
Julius Kanuba is the president of the Press Union of Liberia. He's been my guest here on the show today. We're hoping to have him here anytime soon for progress report. And we're not just dealing with people from other sectors. We are also holding our own sector accountable. That is why the president made it his duty to come here and respond to my questions. I mean, that would be questions from all other journalists around the country. So we'll take a break. This music, Daniel Sano, Deputy Minister for Press and Public Affairs at the Ministry of Information, will join me very soon.
Woke up sound and strong this morning. A lot of questions on my mind. Is to you race away? Do we care? Do we worry about the way this world is going? About the million things I stay. Do we dream of another world somewhere nowhere? Surviving. What about music? What about children? What about nature's quest to stay alive? Stay alive. We must listen. Stay alive. We must share. For a while, one must say.
This is by Peter Core. It's called Stay Alive. The man bearing the Daniel Sano name is in our studio right here. We're talking very shortly, looking at the president's annual message. And yesterday, the president broke grounds for the construction of a justice complex in the Budget Bureau community adjacent the executive mansion. Sandra will give us detail on that. We understand the worth $20 million. How are we going to source the funding? Where are we getting the money from? Senator McGill will go on asking Sarah questions. But it's good to have him here. Mr. Minister, thanks for coming. Welcome. Time has been fast spent already. It's a pleasure having you on again today.
Thank you, Trokon. It's always a pleasure being with you on OKFM. And I'm happy to be here again. And thank you for inviting me.
Is it your first radio appearance since 2026?
Well, I was on Prime FM with Kelvin Demi and his colleague Danishas Martin on week before last.
Okay.
I have spoken via telephone to a couple of radio stations, but this is my second in-person appearance. 2026.
That isn't strange based on the kind of job you do and your portfolio. But it's good having you, Mr. Sano. The president on yesterday broke grounds for the construction of what the government could call a justice complex, and it's going to be located in the Pussy Quarter community. And a price tag was announced, I think, by the finance minister, the justice minister, that it's going to be hoping $20 million. And then questions will come up about how the funding will come, where are we getting the money from, whether there's a budget line. I mean, you spoke on that yesterday. What were the exact, words? Senator McGill has raised some concerns as well. I myself, I got some concerns too.
Well,
so what do you tell us?
Well, Trokon, this thing about it's very much important that we want to start the conversation on that note.
We get time.
This thing about people who are quote unquote opposition just looking for talking point all over the place. It's becoming very, very not annoying, but it becomes very embarrassing for our country. Trokon, I come from the Liberty Party. And when we were in opposition back then to the then Salif administration, our criticism was based on factual assessment of the performances of the government. And our response was also informed by our party's position on policy issues. It was not just kind of scattered as we see now. It was not kind of misguided. It was not just kind of petty as we now see for the current opposition. And I'm saying this to mean that Senator McGill is a member of the Liberian Senate. The budget that was approved by the president, $1.2.11 billion budget, was also approved by the Senate. I think your colleague, after Senator McGill did that post on social media yesterday, your colleague Julius went in the budget and said there's some allotment, appropriation there for project like that. But that's not the point. The fact that people will be asking the source of a project that will be for the country simply suggests that they don't know what they are there for. Now, the Ministry of Justice handle a lot of security-related issues. As it stands, the Ministry of Justice have been moving from one private property to another. Right now, they are at Obama Point, in a fence that cannot even contain all of the vehicles of the people who work there. So, being a visionary leader, this idea of building a justice complex that will host the Ministry of Justice and all of the auxiliaries agency, that means other security apparatus that are under the Ministry of Justice, to include the LDA, the Liberia Immigration Service, Liberia Fire Service. Of course, the LMP is also under the Ministry of Justice, but they now have their own headquarters, right? So, what is negative about it that somebody will say, what is the source of the funding? If the government of Liberia is undertaking a project,
but
who's supposed to fund it?
Daniel, no questions are necessary.
So to answer your question, the budget answer your question, right?
So it's captured within the budget.
It's captured within the budget, right? And I would just want to say, from the premise that I laid, that people who are in opposition have to do their research properly. Because if your goal is just to throw a monkey wrench in whatever good the government is doing, in the name of making it to appear like the government doesn't believe in accountability, then in the end, you'll be proven wrong. The same way these same people came up to speculate for months that the project in Foya was a president's retirement home and it was corruption, it was lack of accountability and everything. The truth turns out to be that this project is a public facility owned by the government of Liberia, intended to host conferences, events between Minor River Union countries. So, I just want to say to us that you can be in opposition, but your goal is not just to be a noise maker. Your goal is to look. If the government, what they are doing,
answers to certain
what they are doing. If you are seeking answer and the answer right before you, Senator McGill is not an ordinary person. He's a member of the Senate, a body that I respect so much. The House of Elders.
They used to put Brian at table down there, so
no, but the Senate is the House of Elders, right? So what I worked there before. Good part of the experience I now have as a government official comes from the fact that I worked in the Senate for 5 to 6 years because I was appointed yesterday by the president. So I take pride in the fact that the Senate has conducted itself in a way that is very representation of the house of error. It is actually.
Is there any timeline, Daniel, that we, Minister Sano, that we see that building construction starting?
Well, I mean,
have you got
the groundbreaking?
Yeah.
I will not give
the
you.
groundbreaking was
I will not
yesterday.
give you the details of what the
I thought you've gotten
architectural-
some information from.
I will not give you the details of what the architectural.
engineers
Well, you
or
see, they have not even laid a block on the ground yet. They are starting to speculate, and we have to kill this speculation before it breed. There are schools of government entities right now. The Liberia Immigration Service is renting up my point. They pay hundreds of thousands of public money every year for rent. Ministry of Justice, same thing. Fire Service, same thing. LDA, go see what they are. The other day, some generated their story and said LDA were on the dump site. So if the government conceive the idea of building a complex that will host these security apparatus, given the sensitive nature of the work that they do, your first response to that move should be what is the source of the funding? Who fund public project in the country? Who fund public project? Is it not the government of Liberia? And that's why I said these questions are simply meant to undermine the progress that the country is making.
Good. Let's come to the President's State of the Nation address. We don't have a lot of time right now, Mr. Minister. The President spoke on Monday, very eloquent, at a very well-organized program.
You admire the eloquence of the President?
But if you go to America, they admire you. Who am I not to admire? So, but on a very serious note, right after the President's address,
yes,
two things caught the attention of the public. One is the creation of jobs, and I know Julius was here. A panel discussion was held, and you promised to provide some breakdown details of where the jobs were created. I saw something as such from the Ministry of Information. The President also talked about some 200,000 plus children being fed in school. That report was also released by Macaulay Julius. Fair enough, there were real good breakdown. And then came the Hodobalu about roads, percentages of road construction and administration. The Ministry of Information will go ahead to make some clarity. Let's start with the job creation, Tanya Sam. The President talked about medium, long term.
No, medium, short, medium term job.
Short, medium term job.
Not
Yes.
long term job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Short, medium term job.
Yes.
Now, others are questioning that the Ministry of Labor should go before the Liberian Senate to give a exact breakdown of how the jobs are created. Since you're a representative of the government here, let's talk a little bit about the breakdown of.
So
how
I would
the jobs
not want to interfere with the oversight responsibility of
which
this.
I don't want you to do. But let's talk about the real issues about the breakdown of the jobs.
I would not want to interfere with the oversight responsibility of the Senate member of the Senate calling for the Minister of Labor to go there and provide the statistics on where, how the job was provided. I show when those statistics are provided, the next thing they will ask for what the names of the people that were employed. But that's a story for another day. But Trokon, here is what I want to say to you. The President delivered a constitutional obligation, which is required of any president of this country. Nobody is questioning all of the things the President said. There will be groundbreaking ceremony for the road that will open up Western Liberia. There will be this, there will be that. Nobody questioning that. The first thing, it is absolutely unscholarly for you to question somebody without providing a substantial counter to the argument. The government of Liberia has been here for the last 2 years. This is the third year. The president of the country announced that 70,000 short, medium-term jobs have been created. The Minister of Information went ahead to provide you data. Breakdown on the data, which project, where the project is taking place, whether it is donor funded. The Minister of Information, Jeremy Pia, gave a detailed breakdown of what the outlook of the jobs that were provided for. He even went ahead to say that the speech writers were very conservative. They were very conservative in that they put the number at 70,000.
What should you have been?
It's even more. It's even more than that.
150,000?
It's even more than 70,000. That I can say to you. Somebody say, oh, come to every radio station in the country and give us the breakdown of the job. So my friend Mo Ali was here on, on Wednesday?
Tuesday or so.
Tuesday or so. And I shared some data with him. Just to show a breakdown. And I will also send you that. Which was just, what I sent to them was an incomplete breakdown. But just what I sent to them, nobody.
Why did they share incomplete
I'm coming.
breakdown,
Hold on me. It amount to almost 90% of what the president announced. And I said I'm going to share with them, but then the show ended, so I didn't share it with them. And I see somebody went and posted on Facebook, say, "Oh, the Minister of Information share." But the Minister of Information at the press briefing gave a detailed breakdown. Look, Trokon, the president spoke. We will not be drawn into any back and forth with people who we consider usual suspects. People who said that the NTA buses were never going to come, were playing politics. People who believe that the yellow machine will never come to this country. People who believe that the roads will never be paved, because in their thinking, nothing good is going to happen for the country because the person who they want to be president is not president. We're not going to get involved into that argument. What the president has said is that his government, our government, has created these number of jobs. And when you look at the project, so I was asking somebody, I said, all of the intervention in the road infrastructure, for example, who do you think the Ministry of Public Works or these private contractors have contracted to do the work? It's in Aruba. We talk about EDC expanding to over 25 to 30 new communities across Moserado County. Who do you think doing the work? Aruba. The road to the southeast, maintained throughout the rainy season. People moving under the rain, 6 hours, 7 hours. From Monrovia to the southeast. Who do you think maintain the road? The human being. They're taking current to your place.
To who place?
Compound 3. Who you think carry the current there?
I know the post there.
Current there.
Where current?
They plenty posts in Grand Bassa County, right? They plenty posts in Greenville, in Barclayville. Who you think doing the work?
LEC people.
Now, Ruba?
I said LEC people. Asking more than
So if the government was just sitting in Moserado County and doing nothing, and you say to me that, look, the thing the president and not you, I will have a second thought.
I think the people became circumspect, Daniel, because the president just announced the number and there was no detailed breakdown until the next day or the day after.
There are people who also
before
believe
you did the breakdown. So I too could have a problem if Mr. Dana Sano told me that they've created 10,000 jobs.
If people
and
wanted,
I did not see any breakdown.
If there were anybody who wanted, if there were anybody who wanted the president's speech to encapsulate everything that happened in the country over the last 1 year, that person is suggesting to you and I that the president would have spoken for more than 5 days. Because that would mean that all of the reports collated from the various 105 spending entities of government, the person you want the president to put everything together and go to the legislature and say it will be like 1,000 pages that the president will be reading. That means the president will read, will take a break, come back. That is not the essence of the annual message. What the president gave over there, what the president delivered, was a synopsis of the actuality of everything that happened in the country. Our job was to give you that breakdown. And we did so at the Ministry of Information press briefing. Somebody is saying to us, oh, you didn't show me the data, even though you announced it. I want to see breakdown. The next thing, the other general asking me, the 108,000 farmers that benefited from the intervention from the Ministry of Agriculture, as you gave them the name of the farmers so they can go follow them up. So you see that? So people are not asking this question because they want to be factual. They're asking because they want to be sarcastic. They're asking because they want to be political. And I have said, for example, that the duty we have as communicator of the government is to be true to what we say to the Liberian people. If the president wanted to tell lies, he would have inflated the numbers. But he gave you factual numbers. The president also said in his address to the legislature about inflation, dropping from 12% to 4%. Are they also doubting that?
I think that number has been released by the IMF as well.
So you only believe in it because so you see.
No, not only because I'm saying it's being backed by the IMF.
So you
so
see,
when I say release,
so you see that
it's being backed by the IMF.
Would that be fair to ourselves?
But if I even wanted to fast check the president, Dana Sano, Minister Sano, I will go to what the IMF in the World Bank.
So would that be
because they're the one releasing the statistics for us and not ourselves?
Would that be factual to ourselves? Would that be real to ourselves? Because we are a country, and all we should hope for is the best for our country. If you want to adapt or approach or cherry picking, okay, the president said they want to believe it. The president said they want to believe it. Then we have a problem. You can't be selected to the truth. Right? The same people who now saying, oh yeah, okay, inflation is down by 4%, the economy grew by 5.1%, are the same people who saying, look, the government it doesn't have the capacity to create 70,000 jobs. What are you taking 70,000 to be? We have 5.1, how many million people in the country? And all of the projects that the government is undertaking, the EU ambassador had a press briefing yesterday. Mm-hmm. And she laid out the number of projects, intervention that the EU is making in Liberia. And I would even expect Liberia to say, oh, yeah, okay, 70,000, yes. But, Mr. President, you got to do more. Then you are now speaking as a citizen of the country.
If you follow Mr. Cummings, I think he critiqued the president's speech and then made several recommendations.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to mention Mr. Cummings because I don't think that Mr. Cummings has got that political gravitas to be at this level.
He's a statesman.
Yeah, I respect him, but the fact that Mr. Cummings would even say the president announced 11 indictments.
Mm-hmm. And he said only 2.
And 2 convictions. And Mr. Cummings said that is not the kind of anti-corruption fight that we want as a country. So does Mr. Cummings expect the president to arm towards the court? I don't expect him to be speaking that way. For him to also go ahead to say that quota the people will eat, the growth of the country should be measured by the size of the stomach of Liberians. That is very denigrating. Very denigrating. This man lived all of his life in Atlanta, Georgia. The mansion he lived in, one of the greatest things that makes America great is that all states, 52 states in America, are connected by superhighway. Mr. Cummings comes to Liberia, and the government is building roads. You say that quota the people will eat. And you're saying to us that the growth of the country should be measured by the size of the stomach of Liberians? Is he saying to us that Liberians are only living to eat? That's very disgraceful. And these are the same people who, when they hear hurting, they go to Ghana. When they finger spring, they go to America. Trokon, you and I do not have the leverage. We do not have the financial capacity.
I said I'm not deputy minister.
Even as deputy minister, I do not. Even as deputy minister, I do not have the capacity to go to America for treatment.
I may as well be going to America.
To go to work in America.
Yes, more money.
Okay, so the thing here is, we want, how many percent do you have in the country as deputy minister? We want to set up the country that the ordinary people can benefit. So when the government is building, working with a foreign development partner to build a reference laboratory, build a new hospital, go to Kakata, the C.H. Rennie Hospital, right? Building roads. And you don't commend this effort, but you say they're not quota the people will eat. I thought that was very denigrating.
On the creation of jobs.
He goes ahead to say that the growth of the country must be measured by the size of the stomach of the people. I think
but the people have to eat too. But again, on a more serious
note, on this whole thing about people eating, Liberians are not living to eat. Let me say this to you. When the government made intervention in the reduction of the price of the national staple, when prices of basic commodity are not skyrocketing, what do you think the government is doing? You think that everyone will benefit from it? When President Baga became president in 2024, the price of the bag of rice was $17.50. Today, the government has taken a deliberate step to say it is not going to be sold above $14 at a wholesale level. And when you buy a bag of rice, you said $14.50 at retail level. So is that not part of the bread and butter issue that Mr. Cummings then tried to misconstrue? There are many Liberians here who want to live beyond today. And if the government is doing something, you want to criticize? Yes, it's cool. You can offer your own alternative to what the government is doing, but you just have to select your choice of words wisely. I mean, at that point, I thought Mr. Cummings really makes it. I mean, his response didn't measure up. Didn't measure up to the kind of opposition that people will be looking up to.
Other opposition parties, including, I mean, those of Mr. George Weah, Mr. Musa Belite, also responded. Did you listen to them?
Forget
For the
Musa-
CDC,
forget-
they said you're applying.
Forget Musa
2029 election.
Forget Musa Belite.
No, you can't forget him.
So-
he's
so-
an opposition
so
leader.
again-
he was in Wrepue today putting out
Again,
numbers.
I said to
don't
you
know
that
Benji also.
the overall response of the opposition combined to the president's address falls short of the critical, the rigorous of intellectual scrutiny that we expect. So the president spoke for 1 hour, 26 minutes. The president did not measure anything about elections. The so-called main opposition goes to respond to the president's annual address. They say they got reason to believe that the president want to rig the next election. Is this then the same president who has said repeatedly that his action is not informed by the next election?
He could say so.
It's about working to serve the next generation of Liberians. Did the president mention anything in his annual message about election? No. So this is why I started the conversation by saying my Liberty Party elevated this tradition about opposition responding to the president's annual message. And I feel very saddened that the standard that we laid while in opposition is being grossly abused. People are not holding up that standard. You cannot respond to the president's annual message in a laughable way. When the president goes to, because it is the biggest moment in the country's governance period, when the president mounts a podium to speak to the legislature, to speak to the country, to give an account of his government for the year ended, and to also give an outlook of the ensuing year. And you say you mean opposition, you put red beret on your head, and you say the president said you're really next.
What did red beret got to do it?
And what it did? So you don't. How do you convince the population? You were just there a couple of years ago. The things you did annoyed the Liberian people. You fell short of everything. And you find yourself to where you are today. And you're not making any improvement. You're not trying to rebrand yourself. All you do is to behave like some beheaded chicken with no direction.
Okay. Great.
And,
we are receiving information that some AFS soldiers have been arrested and locked up at the barracks. You remember the story about some officers allegedly going to the Sabo National Park and shooting or so? I know one of the representatives, I think Samson Weah from Sino County, complained about that. So that's the information we are getting. We are trying to confirm it with the army authorities so that we can confirm it here. But we have with us Deputy Minister Daniel Sano. He's the Deputy Minister for Press and Publicity at the Ministry of Information. Do you still have cultural affairs and tourism?
No, the cultural and tourism aspect of the ministry.
Scrap up.
We now have the National Tourism Authority, Liberia National Tourism Authority, and I think they're doing it very extremely well in the new space. As the parent body that gave birth to them, we're working very closely with them to accomplish a lot of things for the country.
Great. The president is in Nigeria. He's in Accra as we speak. When is he returning? What's the significance of what he's gone for?
It's a one-day visit. It's a one-day visit, so he expected back in the country. That's according to the release from the executive mansion.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's coming back either tomorrow or so?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's give a lot of time to talk to people from outside, people who are following us. We thought to have the minister here.
But
to
man,
we got time. Don't worry. We got time. But you don't want to face the public. Let the people ask you questions. Okay. And if you have money they're using to pay you, Daniel, why are you scared of the people for? Let's talk to this overseas caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, hi Trokon, this is Abdullah from Fargo, North Dakota.
Yeah,
thank you, Mr. Minister, for everything you do. But to be honest with you, you are one of those that are giving embarrassment to this our government because you don't even understand your role.
I hear you, Chief.
You don't even understand your role. You guys come out every time to clarify after the president's statement. The more you try to clarify, the more you create the problem for the president.
But don't you think if there was a mistake in the president's message and the former finance minister, thought about that and gave the numbers and the ministry responded, don't you think that was the right thing to do as a responsible, institution?
So how many people giving the clarity now? The finance minister is giving another clarity. Moali is on the other side giving another clarity.
Who speaks officially for the government?
Clarity. Everybody clarifying.
So
that's why you keep creating problems for the government.
Okay.
Because you should be having a coordinated information system, but you don't have it, and that's why the government is into this problem today.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah. Hello, Trokon.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Prince Tambayuma. I'm calling from Sendell.
Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, I think the critics actually try to be lazy. Especially when it comes to the argument surrounding the 70,000 jobs. Given the population we have, the argument could be, is to question the government, the limited number of the 70,000, as per the value, if you are talking about 70,000, you equate it to the population we have, it's just little 1%. So what they should have done or should be doing is to ask the government to do more. But then questioning the government as though the number is up to 50% of the number of jobs that the government has created, I think that is laziness.
Were you going to agree if it was the other people in power and they told you 70,000 people got jobs around the country? You just going to take it as face value?
Yeah, check my argument on Facebook, on social media. I have been very objective.
All right.
I have been, over past time, I have been very objective. I think that is laziness. And let me just appreciate the minister for the kind of argument he put in. Thank you very much.
Thank you so kindly. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, let's hear you.
I want to commend Daniel Stan on the TV. He's doing very, very well. And we appreciate all the time he's coming to give clarity. It's necessary to make clarity because you are literally making so many problems. They will have the military 100 times, we'll get 100 times. They don't require any other. They make this conflict now with him. So everyone speaks about it. 6 billion that won't do it. So I'm trying to call him.
Okay. Thank you. Another person? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah?
This is Lasana Sayan calling from District 17.
Let's hear you, sir.
Kanya Fano, thank you very much. We're following you. We're looking at what all you're seeing over there for this coming time. You talk about the 70,000 jobs. There are people who dig, even they calling and going around. There are human beings that digging, they planning the poles. All the work that happening here, planning for putting meter on horses, they are all part of the job. And we look at it. For me, I'm not working, but we're looking at what the government is doing. Don't mind the people in America. How many people they are empowering here? They just say, every good thing you do here, they take it political. We're not looking at it. You're just be explaining to all what's happening. At the end, what you want, we stay following because we've seen it happening. Thank you, man. This is Lasana. And do man, they will be causing you. They will be doing all this. It's a Minister of Information that become causing you. They don't want to do it.
Thank you, Lasana. Let's hold you there. Hello?
How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome. Thank you.
Daniel Wrepue from 540, Congo Town.
Yeah, 540. Let's hear you.
Yeah, when the folks talking about this 70,000 people that they are given jobs to, I don't know where they get the number from.
But the minister are talking the sectors that provided the job, Jana. You didn't listen?
Yeah, he said, but I want to know the area in which you get the job there from.
All right. He's here. You will respond. Now, why you paying him for? Hello?
Good evening, Trokon.
Yes, sir.
Trokon, I'm Jimmy.
I do be Jimmy. No matter I really need that Jimmy.
Trokon, this is not my first time in the show. This is my name. I'm Jimmy.
All right.
I always call for on the ball on the
No problem. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Trokon, I do not have issue with Daniel Sano because Minister Sano continue to exhibit the same attitude, but you the one I got problem with it. Trokon.
Why?
Trokon, you said don't look at all. If it's a person to me for Daniel Sano to sit in front of you, Daniel Sano is lecturing you. You are still a journalist.
I see Daniel a critical question for you to answer.
What kind of critical question would I mean to ask? Ask one. Wait now. Wait. If I didn't ask, wait. No, wait. But ask two of the critical questions so that the minister can mark it down since our lazy.
So one of the critical questions is that you supposed to be asking Daniel Sano.
No, you ask, not me. Go ahead.
No, okay, so let me let my thought now.
No, do a portion of my job. Ask the critical question first before you learn your
thought. I want to ask Daniel Sano. The first question I want to ask Daniel Sano. Daniel Sano is telling la people that
ask questions.
Mr. Magé shouldn't be asking. I come here ask my question. Daniel Sano is telling la people that Mr. Magé shouldn't be asking where the phone comes from. Then they see men are straight to tell where the phone coming from to pay the president.
What is the question you want to ask, my brother? You still laying pieces? Your friend won't talk.
No, Trokon, there are more than 100 questions in asking as journalists. So don't be asking me who are the questions I want to ask Daniel Sano.
No, we can't continue this now. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Trokon Wrepue.
Good afternoon, sir. Let's hear you. You said not ask a critical question. Ask a critical question you can ask. Go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, thank you. My name is Prince Mo Fatima, and I joined the Ghani, the Legal Center of FBA District 4. Yeah. Well, let me say kudos to our Deputy Minister for Press and Propaganda at the Minister of Information.
Press and Public Affairs.
My man, I say propaganda.
No position about propaganda. Yeah.
Press and Public Affairs.
Our children listening to the radio. Let's get it right. Go ahead.
Yeah, Honorable Daniel Sano. Well, let me appreciate Daniel Sano ever so much for his splendid deliberation as it relates to the governance structure of our country. And he is there to recognize checkpoint that the opposition try to speed out this and misinformation on the media. But now I think this government is on the right track. It is on the right track, in making sure that the president of this country is leaving the proof for abject poverty. Those errors that are being made by the citizen government, this government is able to erect and correct all of those necessary issues that were created by the citizens government.
Okay, let's show you there. Talk to this person. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, at 10 minutes to 6, we'll go back to the minister. Let's hear you.
This is Edward Spencer Encho. And I'm in Tuporo. So Daniel San, or not Daniel San, about Trokon Wrepue. In your own mind, the Labrador was really, serious about it. Labrador was really serious country. You think we're going to get a particle this year? What was the last
Why are you asking me that kind of question for?
What was the last time?
How can a party be in a serious country? Wait. How can a party be in a serious country? When Labrador serious, how the party going to be? My man, if Labrador really serious, how party going to be here?
We all are Liberian, right? Some of you go to school, you know better, right? What was the last time that president we have ever discussed about the economy? The man last time I checked economy different when he read you low
that his job to discuss economy when he president. That his job to discuss the economy when he got finance minister. If you are president, you have to go discuss economy. My man, stop that kind of thing. I don't like it. Stop it. But when you president, you in. When you president, you lead the margin go discuss the economy, or you get your finance minister, economic management team.
You want to be president? How will you refine economy?
Man, don't try to do it.
You may not let. I'm not beefing with him. I'm not beefing with Kumi. But Kumi can say you and discuss about economy. Why you making that issue? He can discuss the economy.
To discuss the economy, you must be to discuss the economy. You must be an economist to do so.
I agree. So apart from the economy, the thing he knows best. The last time I checked, you feel like you were running really like the no star.
My man, stop that thing, man. Baba, I thought you want to see right in here. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Trokon.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Jackson Goa calling from Stoke.
Go ahead, bossman.
Yeah, I mean say thank you to Daniel Sano for coming on big media today to fool us.
Fool you?
You know what it means? We use our sweat and blood on our wonderful Sunday on the ring.
How the man fool you now?
To just bring the government to power. Then Daniel Sano cannot even defend the government.
How he fool you?
We don't want the government to power. Then he's trying to tell all our the power administration will allow the power administration. Because when you say more about right to be a job that was created by the government or also
is that what the government said? Those are right more about power the job they created? Did you see it in the breakdown?
According to Mo Ali, if Daniel Sano can look at him, they kind of phone all or I think
2029 will get a certificate. Because we the one who use our blood and sweat. On that one of those money that will go there.
So they may make it fun out of you,
power. They making serious fun. They making you defend government. Not even set for that position. I tell you.
All right.
Of course.
Okay. Thank you. Don't let episode we can talk different thing. Hello, the way you get in anchored and we can talk something that thing they hold me responsible. JKB, let's hear you.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm fine. Welcome.
Trokon, this is JKB. Thank you for the show. You know, I listened to some of the opposition leaders right after the president delivered his message. And what I thought were expected of these leaders right after listening to the president was to go to even sit by themselves to analyze before jumping on the media. See what some have even done. After you got on the media, you criticize the 70,000 job, you don't believe it, you don't say anything. Then you come now to write a request, an appearance of the labor minister. Even if the labor minister came with that kind of fixed and set mind that you provided after the speech, will you be able to accept it? I think people should stop doing this like Daniel said in studio. I took OB most of the time after annual speeches by the former president, especially Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. The labor minister the Labour Party took her time point by point to analyze and speak to those issues at a time.
Okay.
But this time around, people are even more agitated, more angry instead of speaking to the issue. This issue only became more a discussion when some of those political leaders who call themselves opposition, the way they address it, the way they jump on the radio and address it. Now they're writing for Labour Minister and Labour Ministry and other agencies to appear before them. What difference will it make when you already have your fixed and set mind the way you discuss the issue? So now we got to be careful, man. Let's put Liberia first, man.
JKB, thank you. Thank you so kind, Mr. Minister. We got 10 minutes to go. Let's hear some of the concerns raised. How do you respond to them? A lot of people call, some commended you. The other guy say you're fooling them.
So
and they will give a certificate to them.
Trokon,
I want to see you're gonna marry beyond Daniel certificate.
So the first caller from FACO said that we are embarrassing the government by providing constant clarity on issues. So I think somebody said on the radio the other day that Liberia is the only country where when you try to self-correct, then it becomes offensive. So apparently people are used to people telling lies. So the correction that the Ministry of Information made, the President's speech, is that the assessment of our current road infrastructure proved that from 1847 up to the time President Bouaga became president, only 12% of our road were paved, right? So one of the goal of the arrest agenda is to increase that number of 12% from 12% to 20% by 2030, right?
Yeah.
So that is a goal of it, and I think something different was said in the speech. As a responsible government, it's only wise to correct say, "Oh, here is our goal." Our goal was not stated as it was in the president's speech. So what offensive about that? That small say, "Oh, we're embarrassing the president." So you would rather something inaccurate be out there, and people say, "Oh, here's what the president said. Here's what the truth is." So we corrected it. I'm sorry if you took offense. If it happened today, we'll still correct it because we are a responsible government. There were times people said that 27 million people were raised out of poverty in the country, even though we are 5 million people. But somebody said 27 million people were raised out of poverty.
He corrected himself.
Well, he didn't correct himself on the show. Okay? So we have to be responsible. That if one is one and you mistakenly said two, we all humans. And you say, I actually meant one, you move ahead. This man lives in America. He knows how the situation there is. I would rather he focusing on what is happening right now. Prince Human said that Yes, I agree with Prince Juma that the critics of the government are lazy, and they are not helping the situation because those who are opting for national leadership must be able to effectively articulate their own policies and agenda. I don't think the current opposition has demonstrated that capability. Lasana appreciated the government for everything. Danawadi said, yeah, so he asked where the jobs are coming from. So again, I would not want to go back and forth with people who believe that absolutely nothing has happened in the country. If you live in the country for the last 2 years under the leadership of President Bouaka and you believe nothing has happened, I leave it with you. But the fact that Liberians who are experiencing, who are living, and seeing all of the good things that are happening, we appreciate the fact. And that's why citizen journalism has increased. You see the number of Liberians who are flooding social media every day, trumpeting the good news from the developmental project of the government across the country. So, well, if you don't know what the jobs are, that's your business. Jimmy said, you're not asking me critical question. Maybe I will have to visit Jimmy at the center where he is or where he called from so he can be able to ask me some of the critical questions. By the way, this year we're going to do a lot of outreach at various intellectual centers across the country. So Jimmy at the center is one of the places I want to visit so he can ask me those critical questions. Yes, I agree. Prince said the government is correcting some of the mistakes of the CDC. Yes, not just correcting, but providing the way forward for the country. The quarter from Duboro said, and I agree with him, Mr. Weah does not have the capability to discuss the economy. And that is why throughout his 6 years as president of the country, he was never in charge. Just grossly disappointing. Yes, the last caller said that we are fielding the people. It is not for him to say. He's not a spokesperson of the Liberian people. If a citizen try to disguise himself and call on the radio to make a wrong insinuation, we have to be able to tolerate all of these views because...
How you know he's citizen? I mean, if whatever you will get a red card.
Look, Trokon, I say this to you. Every Liberian who came out on that fateful day to show support for President Bouaka, they are proud in what he's doing. He's never dashed their hope, never disappointed them. So I'm not going to be careful about what the young man said. There are a lot of citizens who try to disguise themselves. They did the same to my friend DeLong. They said they voted for DeLong in his first election because they were angry. And that Tomofala would have defeated DeLong. And you saw what the result proved. So don't get distracted by that, Trokon. I think those were
I will get into distracted about your politics. Thank you, Mr. Minister, for coming. It's a pleasure. Hope
so I just want to conclude by saying that somebody said that the senators have their right to exercise oversight. I have never tried to say that it is not a right, but I have problem with a senator mounting the floor to say that the president lied to the nation, that the president should retrieve, or that the Senate should return the president's speech for him to correct it. I thought that was very disrespectful. And you see, these are the same people who every day, when they're given opportunity to speak in the Senate or on radio station, they say, oh, the Ministry of Information is this, the Ministry of Information is that. But you go in the chamber of the Senate and you are providing misinformation against the president of the country. You have your right. You got oversight. If you call the Minister of Labor and say, can't give me the data for job, he will give it to you. He will not be stopped from coming to you. But you just have to be able to say in a respectful way. And I thought Senator Snow very disrespectful to the presidency. The president's annual address to the legislature is a constitutional duty. It's a tradition that has been in practice since 1848. Since 1848, the only time that tradition was disrupted was during the heydays of our Civil War, when there were disruptions through our constitutional governance process, where transitional leadership came in. But except for that time, that Article 58 is a tradition. And so the president appeared before the legislature to give the annual message. And you, as a senator, you don't pay attention to the things the president said, he tried to speak the ordinary citizen and say, "Oh, the president lied. You carry the president message back to him." I thought that was very disrespectful and very unacceptable as well.
Thank you. Minister Sano has been my guest. Judas will be here on Monday to continue the OK conversation. Thanks to Blessing Nimne and Abraham Cannon, who've been behind the scene doing some live streaming for us. My name is Trokon Wrepue. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the time. The news will be up next.